The system's rigged, man, it's time to break free. Eyes wide open, gotta see what I see. Standing on the front lines, fighting for the truth. Lift the veil of lies, it's time to be the proof. Take a stand, don't you back down. Raise your voice, let's shake the town. We're the voices that won't be ignored. Breaking chains, yeah, we're ready for war. With the power of the people, we'll make them see a world of justice, united and free. United and free.
Justice Watchers, before we begin, I want to make this absolutely clear. The following broadcast contains public domain courtroom footage, commentary, and legal analysis. This content is presented under the Fair Use Doctrine as defined by 17 U.S.C. 107 and is protected by multiple Supreme Court rulings, which you see below. This stream is transformative, educational, and journalistic in nature. It includes original commentary, trial breakdowns, legal interpretation, and critical analysis, not raw redistribution. We do not claim ownership over any public domain footage, and all use is strictly within legal bounds. If you're watching this content, you're engaging in a protected, transformative experience, grounded in law, never in speculation. And if anyone has a problem with that, take it up with Campbell, Brady, Miranda, and Irvin. Remember, guys, justice always works better when we watch. So keep watching. See you in the courtroom.
Present, based upon the fact that he could hear the proceedings. I think that's in line with Michigan law with regard to disruptive behavior, and I would stipulate to us continuing the preliminary examination based upon all of that.
The only thing I would caveat that with is perhaps the court should at least tell him if he is going to continue to be disruptive, we will go forward in his absence. Just so that that's on the record, he knows that.
Yes, I agree, Your Honor. You would have to, give him that warning. I think we already know what the response is going to be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I think from a technical standpoint, it's not going to happen.
I will do that. In our discussions in the chambers, though you did, this issue came up a couple days ago because the defendant wouldn't even come out of his jail cell. I had an ordering him to be taken out of his jail cell, but he indicated that at some point you did talk to him, and he indicated he did not want to come to court, but that he would waive his right to be present even though he might be on Zoom. Is that correct, Mr. Lee?
That is correct, Your Honor. And I know that when we did then break, I got out of the break room with him. You decided that you wanted to have him in court anyways on Wednesday. He was in court. He wasn't disruptive on Wednesday. Today's a different day.
Officer Foster, you were back there, correct?
Yes, Judge. Michael Foster, Probation Security.
We were able to view and hear some of Mr. Booker's behavior. He can hear us, is that correct?
He could certainly hear the court, Judge.
Can you hear us right now?
He can hear you right now. But he he's muted. I was told to mute him.
Okay.
He can't hear you.
Okay, can you unmute him so that I can speak with him for a moment, please?
Okay, he's unmuted, Judge.
Thank you. DeAndre Booker, this is the judge. I just want to inform you that you do have a right to be present in court. You have a constitutional right to be here with your attorney. I'll ask you, are you waiving that right? You can mute him, please. Thank you. Let the record reflect that his behavior is the same. He's screaming and yelling. He can't hear us and he can see us, so we are going to proceed with him being physically in court.
No objection, Judge.
And I'm assuming the video now can be blacked out.
Yeah, we can black out the video of him, but he can see the
Correct.
record. With that, are you ready to call your first witness for the day, Mr. Franco?
We are, Your Honor.
People will call off for myself.
I'm sorry.
One.
Oh, shit. What about this word? Okay. Mr. Franco, are the green witnesses?
They're bringing it up.
Morning. State your name for the record, please.
Officer Southport Info,
What are you asking for, please?
MUNAFO.
Raise your right hand, please. I solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, so help you God. Thank you, man. Mr. DeFranco or Mr.
Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Officer Southport Info.
Officer, how are you employed?
I'm employed through the city of Roseville as a police officer.
How long have you been a police officer for the city of Roseville?
Next week will be 8 years.
Do you have any prior law enforcement experience?
I worked at the Oakland County Jail for 2.5 years prior to Roseville.
Anything besides that? Were you working in a capacity as a Roseville police officer on, I believe it was January 30th, 2025?
Yes, there was.
And January 30th. Did your duties that day take you to 26069 Pinehurst?
Yes, it did.
And that's in the city of Roseville, County of Macomb?
Yes.
What was your assignment that day?
My assignment was that day was as an evidence tech officer to go to the scene to collect evidence.
Have you been an evidence tech prior to January 30th?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that kind of work?
Since I've had 1 year on, so about 7 years.
And what are your duties as an evidence tech?
To collect and tag all evidence in regards to any case that's needed, and to preserve evidence.
And so why did you go to 26069 Pinehurst?
I was advised I was going to 26069 Pinehurst due to a plumbing company coming out there because we were going to be taking all drains out of the home.
Was that pursuant to a search warrant?
Yes.
What happened when you got to that location?
When I arrived, Detective Sergeant Sadler, Detective Sergeant Crossy, and Detective Westbron's were already on scene with the search warrant inside the apartment. They were there with, it was A&E Plumbing, and the plumbers began taking the drains out of the home.
So did that happen before you got there or while you were there?
While I was there. They did not start till I was there.
And what drains were removed that day?
The kitchen sink drain with the garbage disposal, the sink in the bathroom, and the tub drain.
Were all three of those analyzed or looked at?
Yes.
Did you find anything of note?
Yes.
In all of them, one of them, two of them?
Just in the bathtub drain.
So, I'm gonna direct your attention to, Mr. Lane, do we have a stipulation of these exhibits as well?
Yes.
So we have, for this officer, People's Exhibits 64 through 72, they are photos from the search warrant and stipulate to the admission for purposes of preliminary examination.
Correct.
Thank you. So, on the screen we see People's Exhibit 64. What are we looking at here?
So this was the piece of drywall that had to be taken out to get to the back of the tub drain inside the apartment.
Who removed the drywall?
The plumber.
Were you there when they removed it
Correct.
in the room?
Yes.
Did you watch them do it?
Yes.
So when they removed the drywall and the drain, were you able to see that whole process?
Yes, I was standing right there in the kitchen with them.
All right, this is People's Exhibit 65. What are we looking at here?
These are all of the different pieces of the drain that were taken out from the bathtub.
This is just the bathtub drain?
This is just the bathtub.
And People's Exhibit 66. What do we see here?
This was a clump of hair that was found in one of the pieces of the bathtub drain.
So when the drain was removed, who disassembled it?
The plumber disassembled it and handed it to me piece by piece. And
you viewed that whole process?
yes,
So this, in People's Exhibit 66, the clump of hair, where was that found?
that was found in one of the pieces in the drain.
In the tub drain?
Yes,
And you found that?
yes.
And People's Exhibit 67, actually strike that, let me say this. So we talked about this clump of hair. Did you find anything else in the drain?
Yes.
What did you find?
I also found what is suspected to be a bullet fragment.
So we're looking at People's Exhibit 67. What is this?
That is the suspected bullet fragment that I found inside the bathtub drain.
And this is People's Exhibit 68. What is this?
That is the same suspected fragment with a measurement there.
And then People's Exhibit 69.
Just a different angle on the same suspected bullet fragment.
And it looks as if this is just a different view of it. So when you say suspected bullet fragment, what led you to believe it could have potentially been a bullet?
I have dealt with several bullet fragments in the past. It's something that we see unfortunately quite often. And it was heavy, appeared to be lead based. So it led me to believe that it was a bullet fragment.
Is there anything on this angle that could have indicated that it was a bullet?
You can, from the back, you can see that there looks like possibly like a, I want to call it a puncture mark, but a mark on the back of it where it may have been a striker or something like that may have hit.
All right. Anything else you found in the drain?
Yes.
What else?
An earring was found inside the drain.
So People's Exhibit 70, what are we looking at?
This is the earring that was found inside the bathtub drain.
And can you describe the earring?
Yeah, it was a silver looking hooped style earring. It appeared to have, I don't know if they were diamonds themselves, but you know what we're looking as diamonds across the front of it.
And this is People's Exhibit 71. Can you tell us what this is?
This is all of the water that was drained from inside of each of the pipes from inside of the house.
So so the pipes were removed and then the water was just poured into this container?
The water was removed. It was originally put into a 5-gallon bucket on scene because that's what I had. We did not have a top for it, so I put it into one of our paint cans that we use for evidence because they can be sealed shut.
And are all three of the drains were poured into one bucket?
Yes.
That's this bucket?
Yes.
And then People's Exhibit 72, what's this?
That is the bucket after all of the water has been put into it.
And that's sealed? Are you able to tell?
It does not look like it is sealed yet. That was prior to me sealing it, I believe.
So, aside from the clump of hair, the earring, and the possible gun bullet fragment, did you find anything else of note in any of those drains?
No.
What did you do with those 3 items?
All 3 items were tagged and placed in evidence.
I have nothing further at this time then.
Thank you, Mr. Lang.
Officer Manafo, with regard to, I guess, let's go, to the bullet fragment.
Do you want the bullet fragment up?
If you want.
It's up there, okay.
$68, $66.
67 or 68.
Okay. You said that you've had experience as an evidence technician of gathering spent bullets, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you have experience in analyzing spent bullets in terms of whether they've been fired from a gun or?
No.
Okay. In your experience, are you able to look at this bullet fragment and determine its age?
No.
Did it look like it was pretty corroded?
Yeah, it was sitting in water.
Okay. And I would assume that it was sitting in water for a long time, correct?
I don't know that.
Okay. But it wouldn't, if that bullet had been fired from a gun and went into that drain within a month, it wouldn't look like that, would it?
That's
I don't know
actually
that.
speculation.
You don't know?
I don't know that.
Okay. But did it look old to you, based upon your
It
experience?
looked like it's been sitting in water. I mean, just like any other piece of metal, if it's sitting in water, it's going to be corroded.
Okay. And you don't know how long that would take to get to that state that it was in, correct?
No.
Okay. You said you collect this evidence, and do you know whether or not that bullet was analyzed by any type of, let's say, the Michigan State Police crime lab?
I tagged it, and that is the basis of my evidence tech job. I don't know what happened after that.
So you don't know if it was analyzed, and you don't know the result of that analyzation?
Correct.
Okay. And if we talk about the clump of hair that was found, do you know whether or not that clump of hair was analyzed by, say, the Michigan State Police?
I do not know.
And you wouldn't know the results of that analyzation, correct?
Correct.
Are you familiar with collecting hair samples?
In which regards depends.
Well, I mean, as an evidence tech, you know.
I've taken hair samples off of something. I've never taken a hair sample out of somebody's head before, so it depends on what we're talking about.
could you tell whether or not the hair was from an animal or human? You don't have the capacity to do that. Could you tell whether it would have been from a white person or a black person?
I don't know.
From a male or a female? You wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Is that something that maybe a lab could determine?
I don't know. I don't work in the lab.
Okay. So I take it that with regard to, well, let me go forward to the hearing. Do you know whether or not that earring was identified as coming from any particular person?
I do not know.
With respect to all of these three things that you found, and these were pretty much the only three things that you personally found in the search of the drains, correct?
Yes.
And when you went to the apartment, did you look at the tub first before the drains were taken out?
Yes.
And would I be correct in stating that the drain where water drains down from the bathtub didn't have like a stopper or a guard on it?
I do not recall.
May I approach the witness?
Yes.
I'm not gonna mark this as an exhibit right now, I'm just doing it to see if it would refresh his recollection.
That's also, I'll get you the number for it. That's one of our exhibits. That's already in, so I'll tell you what it is. So you can reference it for the record.
Just for right now, Officer Monaco, I'm just gonna show you a picture. I would just want you to look at that and tell me if that refreshes your recollection of whether there was a stopper or a cover on the drain.
I do not recall. That picture is not mine, so I don't know if.
I'm just asking you if this refreshes your recollection of what the drain looked like when you saw it on
I
January
do not
3rd.
recall.
And just for the record, Your Honor, the picture that Mr. Lang just showed was People's Exhibit 35 that was previously entered.
Thank you.
Would I be correct in stating that if there was no cover on that drain and somebody was in there with an earring and it happened to fall off, it wouldn't be unusual for that earring to go down the drain, correct?
Correct?
Be easy enough to happen by accident, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would I be correct then that in terms of what you did, you collected this evidence, but you have no information that you can tell us as to whether or not any of this evidence belonged to either Mr. Booker or Ms. Elkins, correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions, sir.
Thank you. Anything to read back?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Officer Monaco.
This time, Your Honor, the people call Detective Moran to the stand.
State your name for the record, please.
Detective Chris Moran.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, Mr. Elkins? You got it.
I do.
Oh yeah, I'm going to sit. I'm so used to standing. I apologize. Good morning, sir. Please state your name. Spell your last name for the court.
Detective Chris Moran, Moran, with the Roseville Police Department.
How long have you been employed in that capacity?
Just over 20 years.
What's your current assignment within the department?
I'm a detective with the Criminal Investigations Division.
What sort of duties does that entail?
It's primarily a follow-up investigating of criminal complaints.
Were you employed in that capacity in January of this year?
Yes, I was.
All right. On January 7th of 2024, did you have cause to go to the location of 26069 Pinehurst in the city of Roseville?
Yes, I had cause to be in that area.
What was the purpose for you being there that day, sir?
To assist with the investigation of a suspicious disappearance.
What specifically did you do upon your arrival?
I made the scene, the area down there, to assist with searching dumpsters for evidence or the missing person themselves.
I'm sorry, Carmen, I didn't hear the second or seventh.
Seventh. When you got there, why specifically were you tasked with looking in dumpsters?
The person was missing. There was reason to believe it could be a result of criminal activity, some type of violent assault. This person was absolutely unknown at that point where they may be, so we attempted to locate them. A dumpster could be a plausible place someone involved in criminal activity or assault or death of this person would put them as a means to dispose.
When you got to the scene, describe what you did, sir.
I was initially tasked with the dumpsters in the Eastgate parking lot, which is west of the defendant's apartment complex, and checking numerous dumpsters along the backside of that shopping center there.
Did you notice anything in those dumpsters on the back side of the shopping plaza?
I did not locate anything suspicious or of evidentiary value or the victim of any sort.
What did you do next, sir?
I did have a phone conversation with Detective Taylor, who at that time was in the defendant's apartment complex in a shed where the security footage was being reviewed. And he updated me and told me I would no longer need to search the dumpsters. He had viewed the video and ruled out the Eastgate Shopping Center as a potential location where evidence could be or the person missing.
Did that complete your search then for the day?
No, it did not.
What did you do next?
I then responded to that shed where the security system was and had brief conversation with Detective Taylor, and also was viewing the video alongside him of the apartment complex. He was reviewing the previous the date in question.
When you reviewed that video, did it inform your investigation in any way?
Yes.
So,
Yes. There was a point where we observed in the overnight hours I believe, I don't have the time here, a male subject in a black coat with a hood with puffy hood, gray, pushing a shopping cart from the direction of the defendant's apartment north through the lot. There appeared to be something in the shopping cart that was covered, I think, in a white sheet, if I recall, and possibly something that may have been an arm. I couldn't say for absolute certain, but appeared to be that way. He pushed that shopping cart to a parking lot to the north of his complex, where he stopped at a dumpster about midway through that complex with the shopping cart, a dumpster with a side open door where there was lots of movement.
what did you do when you saw that video?
The movement went on for several seconds. It led me to believe that it's possible this person was struggling with something that was difficult to put in that dumpster. It led me to conclude that I should check it for any evidence.
Did you ultimately check that dumpster?
I did.
All right, let's talk about this. I believe there's a stipulation, Judge, to People's Exhibits, let's see what this officer is going to be. People's Exhibits 73 through 84, and then 120 through 125.
Mr. Leonard,
For exam purposes only.
That is correct, Your Honor.
it will be admitted.
Let's go back to this, and I'm going to share the screen here. Give me a second. Let's start off with Exhibit 74. No, hold on. Do the share. This first. Having difficulty sharing, Judge. Give me just a second. Here we go. All right, here we are. 73. Do you recognize what we're looking at here, sir?
Yes, it appears to be the defendant's apartment complex.
Which direction are we looking here?
It appears to me to be north.
Do you remember which location or where the defendant's apartment would have been relative to this picture?
I did not visit that apartment directly. I couldn't say with absolute certainty.
Okay, but you...
I knew it was in this approximate area
in
right
this
here.
area. I understand. Let's go to 74 then. What do we have here in 74?
That is the dumpster that I visited for inspection.
What is it, when you saw this dumpster, what caused you to investigate that specific one?
It was specific the time and location in question, given all the information we had. The fact that the video, even though it wasn't clear and it was dark, it was clear to me that the person putting whatever it was in that dumpster was struggling, which anyone who's had experience lifting a person, it is difficult if they're limp to move them around. It would take a lot of effort to get them out. It would be difficult, and it's not surprising to see that it took that long, if that in fact what was going on.
And I see that there is yellow tape on this dumpster. Who did that?
I did.
When you were investigating the dumpsters in Eastgate, did you take them off in any way?
No.
What was it about this dumpster? What specifically did you observe that made you want to put the yellow tape on this dumpster?
When I looked in and down, I saw what was absolutely certain to me to be blood from my training and experience.
Let's go to 75.
The blood was at the bottom.
Let's go to 75 here. Same dumpster, different angles, is that fair to say?
Yes.
76. What are we looking at here, sir?
The most visible, in my recollection, to the lower left was blood, some of it coagulated, which often happens when the person or animal that's bleeding was in place for a while. And we can believe the person, or whatever it was there previously.
Let's go to 77. What do we have here?
Yes, just a different view of the same thing, a pool of blood that's somewhat coagulated.
Why are the placards there, sir?
That would have been placed by an evidence tech. I did not place them.
I see. 78, close-up, is that fair to say?
Yes,
79, further close-up,
correct.
and then 80,
Yes, same thing.
close-up, all right, thank you. Now, after you secured the dumpster and it was processed, what did you do next?
I secured the dumpster until I was relieved by Officer Jackson, who continued to secure it. To my knowledge, never left until an evidence tech arrived. And then after that, I was directed to go to Motor City Pawn. Lieutenant Beamer informed me there may be security footage of the suspect passing through that area.
Where, Let me show you exhibit 120. I have to reshare the screen. All right, exhibit 120. What are we looking at here, sir?
That'd be an aerial view, satellite view of the area investigated, including the defendant's apartment, all the way up to Motor City Pond and a little bit north to Glendale.
All right. Are the pertinent places relevant to this investigation visible on this map?
Yes,
Let me ask you this. Is the apartment complex that the defendant resided in present on this map?
yes it is.
Where would it be located? Is there any sort of marker that is on this map that could show you where it's located?
I believe where it says Hampton Court, just north of Fraser, would be correct in this more southern point of the photograph.
So bottom right corner where the white roofs of those buildings, is that fair to say?
Yes.
Right. Where then was the dumpster that you taped off and ultimately found that suspected blood in?
It's just north of there in the parking lot. I don't know if you want me to get over and point it. or-
Well, is there a marker on the map that shows an approximate location to where that is?
Yeah, Huntington Manor marker label. It's pretty close, just west of that marker.
So just left.
Yeah, just left of it.
And where is Motor City Pond? on this?
That has a bright red marker in the more northern part, top of the screen.
So top left corner.
Ish, yes.
Ish. Did you ultimately make that location, sir?
Yes, I did.
All right. And did you speak with anyone there?
Yes, I spoke with an employee. His name was Todd Sherkup. He was willing to assist me.
Assist you in what way, sir?
Reviewing the video and for me to view and then downloading it at my request.
I'm going to show you. How many different videos would you say you saw, sir?
I believe 3, if my recollection is correct, from 3 different cameras.
I'll show you Exhibit 121. I'm going to get the screen shutting down soon, I promise. That's something I'm used to doing. All right, 121. Where are those cameras located, if you can recall?
To the best of my recollection, this would be the south side. It would be in the corner of that angled, I guess, southeast corner of the building.
Southeast corner of the building where there's sort of an indentation,
Yes.
a 90-degree indentation?
Yes, that would be a good way to describe it.
That's one camera. You said you viewed 3. Where are the other 2? So
The best I can recall, the other one is in the western peak, I think close to that western peak or maybe just down from it.
what street is that?
That's Gratiot, northbound side.
Right. And so the one is the one camera is on that obtuse angle of the building. Is that?
Yeah, it would be somewhere in that area.
Okay. To run parallel with Gratiot. Is that what you're saying?
Somewhat. There's a slight angle there, but yes.
And then where was the third one?
The next one, if I recall, was just a little bit north on the building, and it looks more pretty parallel to Gratiot, its view.
North being the top of the building,
Yeah.
top of this map.
Yes.
Now let's watch exhibit. 122. is 122, sir. Which one of those three camera angles are we looking at here?
That's definitely going to be the one that's the south side building and indentation area.
Looking back towards those parking lots?
Yes.
All right. Let's watch here. Oh, before we go, does this have a timestamp on it?
Time stamped 5:05 a.m.
Were you able to determine if the timestamp on the building was accurate, on the surveillance building cameras were accurate?
I can't recall on that specific.
Okay. Let's go forward here. What do we see here? I'm going to pause the video at 5:05:12. What do we see here, sir?
We see appears to be a male subject running west through the parking lot, dressed in black, a black coat with a similar gray hooded border, a similar build to the subject we saw in the original pushing the shopping cart earlier.
Coming back to its end. Now let's do exhibit 123. All right, 123 is just that screenshot that we just looked at. Is that fair? At
Yes.
5:05:12.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And 123. I'm sorry, 124 now. Which camera angle is this on 124?
That appears to be the one that's right around the corner, on the west side of the building, the more southern one.
And what street are we looking at?
That is northbound Gresham.
Right. Again, the timestamp on this,
5:05 a.m. and 40 seconds when it started, I think.
what do we see on that?
That's a subject matching the description of the subject we just saw on the south side of the building. Appeared he rounded the corner and continued north.
And let's go to, is it 125? What are we looking at here on 125, sir?
That is the camera that's a little further north, actually close to the northwest corner of the building, facing north. That's northbound Gratiot on the left side, and the north side parking lot of Motor City Pawn in view to the right.
The timestamp on this?
Be 5:05 and 45 seconds.
We'll play this going forward. What do we see here, sir?
That's the subject that can be seen on the first camera and the second camera. It appears to match the description only seconds later, after the first two captured him, heading north into the darkness.
Now, sir, after you received those video clips from the pawn shop, do you have any other involvement in this investigation?
Yes.
What specifically do you do, sir?
I was tasked with reviewing the cell phone download from the defendant's phone.
How do you do that, sir?
It is downloaded into a program, Celebrite program. It was downloaded by the Secret Service and turned over to us for review.
And how do you begin that investigation or that analysis, if you will?
You plug in the thumb drive, you access the icon, it loads up like any other program. and it lists off in a similar fashion to most Windows programs, listing off text message option, photographs, Google searches, for example, amongst many other things.
All right, let's talk about that. I'm going to show you Exhibit 81. Exhibit 81, sir, what are we looking at?
That was a screenshot taken, located on the defendant's phone.
It reflects, what's reflected on that?
His name at the top, appears the registered name involved in that, personal info, his email, his phone number, and his address.
In addition to photos that you saw on the data from the cell phone, what else did you observe? You said there was another thing?
Google searches were a big part of it, text messages, to and from phone calls and duration to who and when.
Let's talk about the Google searches. Did you go through those Google searches?
Yes, I did.
All right. How many would you say there were?
Arguably in well over 100. At least 100, I think, is best visual I can give you here.
Well, let me ask you this, sir. If I showed you what's people will move for admission of, I don't know if I moved for admission, Judge. I'm sorry. Of all of those in the beginning, did I?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All of them.
The ones that Robbie and I stipulated to.
73 through 84 and 120 through 1.
Yes. All right, sure. I'm going to show you what's been entered as People's Exhibit 82. Do you recognize what these are, sir?
Yeah, these are printouts from the extraction reports from the Celebrite program of the defendant's phone.
And those are Google searches specifically?
Some of them, yes.
So there's more than 100. There's probably thousands.
Yes, and it's stipulated in my report that the ones I noted in here seem to be, at the time, based on our knowledge, the most relevant to the investigation.
I understand. And there is, I'm going to show you 82A. Do you recognize what that is?
This is a printout of many of the searches, time and date stamps.
And Judge, I know they've been admitted. 82 and 82A have been admitted already. Just so the record is clear, 82 is the exhibit. 82A is under 1006, a summary of voluminous documents. And I'll publish that to the court rather than everything else if the court doesn't mind.
Thank you.
82A. Thank you. I'm going to put some of these on the screen here from 82A, sir. Why did you specifically choose these searches?
Based on the information we had of what could have happened at the time, these appeared the most relevant. Some searches had no bearing on the investigation based on the knowledge I had at that time.
Okay. So at 12:22 on December 22nd at 12:31 p.m. Before we get to that, actually, what is UTC plus 0?
Hold on just a second. Wait, we can take off the name of, or to get that off the screen.
We have a different name on there now.
We'll get that one off also.
Especially the way it's reading right now.
Oh.
I'm trying to just bring it open up. It seems to not allow me to take it. Just trying to-
Yeah, I mean, you can, for this exhibit, you can move it down to here, but other exhibits, they'll have to be.
Because we're the host.
We can proceed, let's do this. All right, you guys coming in, let's proceed.
Yeah, Judge, I can try to do it a different way here. Let me try this. Maybe if I just share it like this, it'll be a little smaller, but.
You may proceed, we'll bring them in.
Yeah, it just doesn't. All right, let me ask you this, sir. What is UTC plus 0? What does that mean?
It's universal time. I think it's a global time stamp that doesn't account for time zones.
Do you know what our time zone is relative to UTC?
I believe it's 4 hours difference. I can't. This was
Do you
discussed
know, or are
earlier.
you guessing? I don't want you to guess.
I don't want to
Okay.
tell you exactly. It was discussed earlier, but I can't recall.
So if it's UTC plus 0, is that telling us that that's actually the UTC time and not?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk first about the 12:22 at 12:35 p.m. UTC time. What was it about that search that caused your suspicion arrest?
He, quote, searched, telling God I want to kill someone. I felt that was very relevant.
And now we have 3 of them on 12:29 at 4:22. Why were those important to you?
9mm silencer, Roseville, 9mm silencer, Roseville, Michigan, 9mm silencer, Roseville, Michigan. That would be very relevant. Silencer is a tool that is commonly used to, baffle the sound of a firearm.
Just a sec, Bob, would you let Mr. Hirschman come through, please? Thank you. Go ahead.
Silencers is a accessory that would be fixed on the muzzle of a firearm that baffles the sound. So if you were intending to commit a crime and you did not want as many witnesses to potentially hear the gunshot, a silencer would be an appropriate tool.
Now, later that day, a couple hours later, 12:29 at 6:34. Why that one?
Murder out of rage X. I did know the victim was an ex-girlfriend. That felt relevant to me.
All right, now, on January 2nd, at what is 12:48 UTC time, what are our 2 searches there?
Shotgun through pillow. It is speculated by me that shotgun, it could have been a typo on his part and he was repeating it or not. But to put a gun up against a pillow, people have done that in an effort to muffle the noise, similar to what a silencer would do.
Do you know what day Miss Elkins went missing or was last seen?
This was reported on the 4th. I believe it was a few days prior that she was last seen.
And now, later that day on the 2nd, 6:11 UTC time, what is that one?
Asking, can you track a location when a phone is off? Someone committing a crime who had their phone on them might be concerned that the police could prove where they were at the crime scene even though their phone may be off. People may be concerned about that.
And the last one here on this small selection, on 1-5, why did you, at 6:31 UTC time, why did you choose that one?
What happens to the trash after it's picked up? I found that very relevant because the dumpster, I found blood in that dumpster. So if he had placed the victim in the dumpster, he would definitely be very concerned as to where the dumpster, the trash would go with the body.
All right, I'm going to show you now. You turned over all of those. You created a report about all of the
Yes.
searches that you saw,
Yes.
and that was placed into the Roseville Police Department's overall report for this case.
Yes.
Did you said earlier that you looked at some screenshots and photos. Do you recognize 84?
Yes.
What is this?
This looks like a location search. Time from pickup spot to where he intended to go.
From
If he had been attempting to travel. So it looks like up here from Glendale Street or in the proximate area close to Motor City Pond, if I was to look at that map like that. That blue dot would represent that area.
And do you know, is this from an app or is this from some sort of screenshot from something like that?
If I recall, it was from, appeared to be, I think, an Uber app, like a taxi type app.
Was there any Uber accounts in that phone that you can recall?
Yes, I recall that there was an Uber account.
I'm going to show you People's 83. Do you recognize that, sir?
Yes.
What is that document specifically?
It looks like a membership card with an account ID.
But I'm sorry, what?
Source Uber.
I appreciate that. I asked a terrible question, and you answered it correctly. My better question for you, though, is where does that document come from?
That came from an extraction report from the defendant's phone.
So this is an extraction report for accounts that are in the phone?
Yes.
And what is the account type that this extraction report?
Under the source,
Yes.
it says Uber.
And what is the name of the account on the defendant's phone for Uber?
It says Devon Banks.
Right. After you completed your analysis of the phone dump, did you have any further involvement in this investigation?
Yes, I did.
What else did you do?
Actually, you probably have to move way ahead here. I had the conversation with a preacher out of California.
I understand. Okay, let me ask it this way. Did you have anything more to do with the defendant or the scene at Pinehurst after this?
No.
Thank you, Judge. No further questions. I'll approach for 83. Just leave them together. Thank you.
Prior to my start of cross-examination, we take a quick break.
All right, we'll take a 10-minute break. I'll double check. I was hoping to get Judge Coco to do that. Oh, I can check that.
Yeah, for it could be.
All right.
It is rather dangerous. You guys have any gaffer too?
I should take it down.
Yeah, we did. Any kind of tape, right? Yeah, sure. Yeah, probably. Just use the restroom.
No, you can't do that. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm not gonna come back.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
We have 4 claims. Two longer ones. Yeah. What's that? 2 more today. Appreciate that. We'll go until the last 2 are done.
Yeah, and it just takes experience.
No. Yeah. I need the 5.
Yeah,
Monophone, Sal, monophone.
Are they down in here? Well, for now, we know that we're starting to. So, got 2? Yes. Do you want me to go to telco or you got them? We'll do them right now. Okay. Have you talked to them yet? This happens. Yeah. So we have how many? 3. No. You only have 1. This is
Evidentiary value in those dumpsters, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
When you were contacted, I believe you said whether it was Detective Taylor who told you, okay, stop there, go to a dumpster. Did he tell you a specific dumpster to go to in those apartment complexes?
No, not at that time. He just said, I've ruled out Eastgate Center, and I took that as to what he said and just decided to meet up with him and talk with him further about it.
Okay. And that's when you started viewing some videos. These are surveillance videos from the apartment complexes running along Pinehurst.
Yes, the defendant's parking apartment complex. He was already in the process of reviewing. I just walked in and started to watch what he was already looking at.
Okay. And I would be correct in stating that there's, from Frazier Road going north on Pinehurst, there's 3 separate apartment complexes, correct? The southernmost would be the apartment complex that Mr. Booker lived in.
Yes.
The courts, correct?
Yes.
And then there was another complex, very similar in construction, just north of that complex, correct?
Yes,
And then there's a third complex to the furthest north of Fraser,
yes,
all behind the Eastgate Shopping Center.
correct.
Okay. I know that, yeah, I don't know if we put, I guess
What do you
it
want?
would be the aerial
Yep.
picture of the, its general location there of the apartment complexes.
Yeah, that's gonna be 120.
And I might just stand up because it'd be easier for me instead of you sitting, down and standing up. I just kind of wanted to get the lay of the land here. So I would be correct in stating that the apartment complex that Mr. Booker lived in was here. That's marked Hampton Court on this
Yes,
map. Is that correct?
yes.
And you don't know specifically which building was Mr. Booker's apartment?
I don't recall. I never went there. And
Fair. And then there's this other complex right here with, I'm going to say they're bluish or grayish roofs.
yes,
Okay, that's a separate complex, correct?
yes,
And then there's a third complex which does have separate buildings, but they're more all in a row. Is
Yes.
that right? And those are called Huntington Manor.
yes.
Did you check any dumpsters that were in the Hampton Court parking lot?
No, I did not.
Okay. Would I be correct in stating that there's also just north of the second set of apartment complexes that there's a little shed and a dumpster there?
Yes, there's a shed there. I can believe there's a dumpster there.
Did you check that dumpster?
No,
So you checked a dumpster that was somewhere out here, is that correct?
yes, it's in the pretty close to where that Huntington Manor decal is.
Decal is.
It's just west of that, somewhere right around there.
Would I be correct if there's some kind of a building there, a little shed or something, and it's behind, that dumpster was behind there?
I think so.
Recall?
Yes, I do recall a shed.
Okay. And did you, based on your review of those videos, you just went to that dumpster farthest to the north by the Huntington Manor to check that dumpster, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And I take it the reason you went there is because of this video that showed somebody in pushing a shopping cart. We saw a couple of the frames of that, right? With
yes,
some kind of
something in it.
in it. And you said that you could view on the video that the person was struggling to put something in that dumpster.
Yes, there was movement, but you could not see exactly what. It was too dark.
Could you show me in one of these videos what it is that you saw? Can you point out the exact video where you say he was struggling to put something into his dumpster?
That was not shown here today.
Well, I know that we have
Do you,
that.
do you want it for him? I mean, I have Taylor coming up next to do those videos, but
Okay.
Which video is it?
it'll be exhibit 104 with the next witness. But if Mr. Lang wants it now,
If we could put it up now, and if I don't know if he'd need a second to review it.
I mean, it's a 14-minute long video.
Okay. Let me continue and
Okay.
maybe recall him.
Yes, that's
Get
fine.
it in through. That's a better way to proceed. In these videos that you reviewed, you said that the person pushing the shopping cart and taking things out of the shopping cart. Had a dark coat on
Yes.
and some kind of a hat.
Yes.
Okay. Could you tell by those videos whether this person was white or black?
No.
Would the same be true of the videos from Motor City Pawn?
It's difficult to say their race.
Okay, so you could not tell in any of those videos whether the person in the pushing the shopping cart at the dumpster or walking along Gratiot by Motor City Pawn was white or black,
I
correct?
could not say with certainty.
Okay. And in those videos, you could not actually identify the person as DeAndre Booker, correct?
No.
You just took that, I guess, when you were initially watching them and went to the dumpster as something suspicious that you wanted to check out.
That would be correct.
And you thought it might be related to the missing person report.
Yes, that's correct.
You also mentioned, and again, maybe we'll have to, I might recall you about this, you said that you saw the person lifting something heavy as to why they were struggling, correct?
That would just be a conclusion I came to based on what I saw they were doing.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that, it's hard to lift a body that might be, sleeping, unconscious, etc.
Correct.
That they might be heavy.
Correct.
The same could be true about any other type of object, like a desk, a love seat, a chair, correct?
It could be. It could be easier. It could be just as hard. That totally depends on what you're lifting, what angle, what weight, your strength.
So you don't know what the object was. You were just assuming it was a body based on the nature of the complaint you were investigating.
It would suggest, but I could not tell you what it was.
Okay. Could you tell whether the object that this person was struggling with was covered in something?
If I recall, it was a white cover. I saw white, something what appeared to be a white cover, white in color, something white in the cart.
Would I be correct that these videos don't give a lot of detail as to color? For instance, that if it's something lighter, it might show up lighter, but you couldn't tell if it was, say, a pink or a bright blue or...
That's possible.
When you went to this dumpster in the Huntington Manor apartment complex, when you first searched it, was it at night or during the day?
During the day.
This was sometime on January 7th?
Yes, it was in the afternoon.
Now, we saw the pictures and blood was in the bottom of that dumpster.
Yes.
Was the dumpster full of other garbage at that time, or was it nearly empty?
Nearly empty.
Okay. Do you know whether or not that dumpster was recently, emptied by the waste management company that owns that dumpster?
I was made aware by other detectives that it had been, but I had not looked at the documents or spoke with anyone from the waste management company myself
At that time?
at that time.
Do you know that now?
Yes, I knew that after the fact. It was discussed after my time at the dumpster blocking it.
Okay. And would I be correct in stating that that dumpster may have been emptied into a landfill on January 4th?
It's possible.
You don't know the date?
I don't know.
Okay. And you don't know the company that that dumpster belonged to?
I didn't handle that part of the investigation. It was just cursory conversations to be generally up to speed as the bigger picture, but I have no specifics.
That's fair enough. That would be for somebody else to.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you saw this blood, I take it you wanted to photograph it?
I wanted it photographed by an evidence tech.
Yeah, okay. Could you tell how much blood was in the dumpster?
By milliliters? No, I couldn't give you a measurement.
Okay. And in terms of size, it kind of on and off, I see that it's a little bit on a piece of styrofoam, correct?
I believe so.
You want that picture up? Which one do you want?
I
79?
don't know which number you have it as, but
I'll do 78. If that's not the one you want, then
again, I don't know what number you have, but I can
I
see
got it.
for you to just.
It's already up.
The witness.
Yes, this is the same one.
oh,
So,
You indicated 78.
this is 78, Jeff. Yes.
so there's some blood on, looks like a piece of styrofoam, is that correct?
Yeah, that looks like styrofoam. I think so.
And also some tin foil, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then below, I'm assuming that's below the tin foil, the rest of the blood, kind of laying on the bottom of the dumpster, correct?
Correct.
Oh. And in terms of just the area that blood, particularly say right there on the bottom of the dumpster, that is what, about, say, the size of my pad here, 8 by 11, something like that?
At least half of it, if not most of it, roughly.
And was the blood dry or wet?
It appeared more wet, but some of it appeared dry to a coagulated and dry.
Okay.
I mean, just at a glance without getting extremely close and interfering with the scene.
And you couldn't tell if it was wet, whether it was because it was fresh or that there were other liquids mixed in with it?
Yeah, there's no way that I could tell.
Okay. So you wouldn't be able to comment as to how long that blood was in the bottom of that dumpster?
No, and I don't have training or expertise in that matter either.
I'm assuming that blood was at some point in time swabbed and analyzed by Michigan State Police, correct?
Yes, I was told it was.
I would be correct in stating that on all of these videos that you saw with regard to the apartment complexes and Motor City Pawn, that there's not any video that actually shows the face of the suspect.
That would be correct as far as to my knowledge.
You certainly didn't see
I did
the
not.
face in any of those videos, correct?
Correct.
Now, with regard to the phone, I take it you don't do the extraction of the phone. That's done by somebody else.
Yes, that's done by somebody else.
And then you just receive the I guess, massive amount of information that's on somebody's phone.
Yes, I receive it through a Celebrite program that it downloads into for the user to review.
Right. And so that has basically everything that is saved and even deleted.
It can save what's deleted as well as saved. I can't guarantee you that every bit of data, that would be for more of an expert in the cell phone, made it onto the Celebrite program. But that is the general function of it.
Right. Okay. So obviously there's phone calls, text messages,
Correct.
Google searches,
Yes.
photographs. Somebody has photographs on their phone, correct?
Correct.
Videos, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what type of phone this was that all of this information was from?
If I recall, it was an iPhone.
Do you know the color or the maker of it? Such as, you know, if it was black, if it was a Motorola.
It wouldn't be a Motorola if it was an iPhone. I don't recall the color at this time.
And the one screen that showed, I guess, the information about identifying whose phone it was that we saw on the screen, I believe it might have been maybe Exhibit 81. Okay, could I put that up on there for a second? Is this screenshot of what was on that phone something that is on every phone?
I can just tell you, well, personal info is typically on the phone. I can just tell you that is a screenshot of personal info.
Okay. And that may be entered by somebody, or it might be blank, correct?
It was entered by somebody.
Okay. All right. I would assume that a lot of people put that information into their phone to identify it if it gets lost, correct?
Yes, or if that is personal info to an account, like an Uber, that could be a screenshot of that.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly what that screenshot is from.
I see a telephone number on there. Is that the telephone number of this particular phone that you downloaded?
I don't have the cell phone number memorized. I could review my report here to see if there's no mention. I have just the Apple iPhone number 26, evidence tag number 26, that was recovered from the defendant.
Okay, so you believe that was the phone that Mr. Booker had on him when he was arrested?
Yes, I was the one who asked him at the point of arrest, right around that time, as I took the phone from his pocket, "Is this your phone?" And he said yes. It was during the pat-down.
So that's the phone that you're getting all of this information?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I believe exhibit number 82 was a huge, voluminous exhibit that has all the Google inquiries that were on that phone, correct?
82, is that the summary or the entire? I don't recall.
The entire.
The entire?
Yeah, you said there's obviously hundreds and hundreds of Google searches.
Judge, to be clear, this is a selection. We only did a select number for the time frame. I thought I made that clear. It's not all the Google searches in the entire phone, because that's even more voluminous than what we have here. It's a small selection from a specific time frame, just to be clear.
Do you know what the time frame of that voluminous amount of Google searches?
I would have
was
to,
from? I'm just guessing based on the report I have that may have done from December 13th through.
I can actually answer that question
January
quickly. I have actually highlighted the luminous list in my report. It appears this is between December 22nd, 2024 and January 5th, 2025 are the messages that were in that condensed list.
Just for the record, Exhibit 82A shows internet search items. The dates are from December 15, 2024 to January 6, 2025. So are you looking at
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was looking at some highlighted ones that had been discussed, and I actually did not review that list specifically.
Judge, 82 is in, so 82 it begins on 12/13 of 24, and it goes through January 8th of 25.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry for the confusion.
No, I just wanted to make sure that we're talking about the same thing.
Yep.
Okay. And obviously, out of every, Google search there from December 13th through January 8th, 2025, you picked out what you thought were relevant to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
All right. Something that seemed somewhat, suspicious, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned some of these being things about silencers, et cetera, right?
Correct.
Okay. You do know that Mr. Booker did own a 9mm gun, correct?
Yes, I was made aware of
And it was
that.
found in his apartment upon the search warrant.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And of course, the things that were summarized in the Exhibit 82A are basically based on your picking and choosing what you thought was relevant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'd be correct in saying that people may Google search a lot of things that particularly say about crime. That doesn't mean they're committing crimes, correct?
Yes, you can do a Google search about things.
Just for the sake of argument, I think if you downloaded my girlfriend's phone, who is an obsessive watcher of a bunch of these, crime shows, and Google's things that wouldn't necessarily make her a criminal, correct?
That alone would not.
And for instance, this one search that you mentioned about, I think it was called, I'm trying to find it here, something, God, tell me how to kill somebody, or God, I want to kill somebody, correct? Something like that.
Yes.
What's the exact site?
I can recite it verbatim if you want.
Sure.
Telling God I want to kill someone.
And I assume you actually tracked that down and found out that this was something that was on some type of podcast, correct?
Yes, there was a website he visited that had discussion. I would assume he got came back to him as a result of the Google search.
Right. And you wouldn't know where Mr. Booker, got that information from as to where to look that up. Like maybe somebody telling him, hey, check this out.
That is possible.
Right. I mean, I get text messages all the time from my friends that say, hey, check this out on YouTube or whatever.
That's possible.
And in fact, you actually followed up on that message, and I got a copy of it through Discovery, and it was basically a joke, correct?
That's what the preacher I spoke with said. It was not serious.
Yeah, it was made kind of in jest, talking about the preacher kind of saying, here's me telling God I want to kill somebody, but it's basically I'm venting my frustration with society, and it's anybody who listens to it would know that it's satire and meant to be funny.
Yeah, that is what he told me it was about.
Yeah, and that's
the
what
context.
And that's what he Googled, correct?
Yes, he Googled telling God I want to kill someone. If that is in fact the search that's linked, this website came back. One would conclude then he clicked on that link and discovered what that website was about, and I have no idea if he realized it was a joke and stopped or what.
I have no further questions for this witness at this time. I would, maybe want to, not that I'm going to, but maybe subject him to being recalled once we get into the actual videos that he viewed through another way.
Very well. No objection to that.
Any questions on the reader?
Just very briefly, how does something get into someone's Google searches?
How does someone?
Yeah, how does something get into that Google search?
They have to type it in.
So they have to think about it?
They have to make the thought and type it in.
So they have to think about it beforehand?
Yes.
Make a conscious choice to type it into Google?
Yes,
And then get the results right.
that is correct.
So anything that was Googled was thought about.
It had to be, yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
No further questions.
Thank you.
Judge, we have Officer Taylor. It's 1:45. He's going to be a long witness. I don't know if the court wants to take his lunch now and then one, maybe. And then
How many witnesses do you have after that?
one, we have Taylor and Les Brands today, Judge.
So we will finish with those two witnesses today.
God willing.
Sure, well, we'll take a break and let's start promptly at 1 o'clock.
I'm sorry, what time?
1 o'clock. Thank you. We just start promptly at 1 just so that we
Yes.
can just go on.
Judge, would I be compliant with our computer here?
Yeah, we'll lock it up, right?
Yes.
Also, I note that all the cameras are right here. There's also a lot of individuals behind them.
All rise. The 39th District Court is back in session.
Thank you. Please be seated. We call the matter of People versus DeAndre Booker.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Carmen DeFranco, appearing on behalf of the people.
I'm Carrie Stewart on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robbie Lang, appearing on behalf of DeAndre Booker. I would state for the record that it's my understanding Mr. Booker is not present physically in court, but he is in the lockup and watching and listening to all the proceedings pursuant to your order earlier this morning, and he'll be present by that method all afternoon.
Very well. Are you ready to call your next witness?
We are, Your Honor. This time, Your Honor, people call Detective Taylor.
Good afternoon. State your name for the record, please.
Detective Taylor, I'm at Prosecutor Department.
First name, please.
Patrick, P-A-T-R-I-C-K.
Thank you. Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may have a seat, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir. What is your current occupation?
I am a detective at the Roseville Police Department.
How long have you been employed in that capacity?
I have been with the Detective Bureau since November 22. I've been with the department since January 21.
How long have you been a police officer in total?
It'd be 8 years, it'd be 9 years in January.
Your current assignment within the department is what?
A detective.
And what does that mean?
I am assigned complaints that individuals make, and then they are fully investigated by us. We will send up a warrant request if we see fit, and then we will handle any and all court proceedings once they go through with that.
In that capacity, as a detective with the Roseville Police Department, did you have cause to investigate the disappearance of Ashley Elkins?
Yes.
When did you become involved in that case?
It was January 2025.
How did your involvement begin?
I was approached by my partner, Detective Matthew Lesperance, with assistance to begin looking for some video footage at an apartment complex where she was last seen.
Which apartment complex did you go to?
It was, I don't know the specific name, but it was at Pinehurst and Frazo.
Do you know when you went there?
I believe it was January 6th or 7th.
When you got there, how did you go about looking for camera or video evidence?
We spoke with the property manager prior to our arrival. They allowed us access into the area to begin reviewing. They had a hard drive down there with a monitor. And then Detective Lesperance advised me we also had an additional neighbor with some ring footage that we followed up with.
Your Honor, at this time there is a stipulation for the admission of exhibits 95 through 119.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, for purposes of exam only.
There will be a minute.
Let's start first. I know we have exhibit 95 is, we'll come back to that. Let's start with 96 first.
Thank you. If anyone else has phones on, please turn them off.
Let me do it this way here so we can share it. All right. Do you see, can you see exhibit 96 there, sir?
Yes.
All right. What are we looking at?
That would be an overhead view of the apartment complex that we were at.
Can you orient us a little bit to what we're looking at?
Can I approach?
Sure, if it would help with your testimony.
This would be Pinehurst Street right here.
So the record is clear, you're pointing to the right third of the screen?
Yes.
The street that runs top to bottom?
Correct. And the said apartment complex we were specifically at was right here.
The building that's in the bottom right corner of the, or bottom right quadrant, is that fair to say?
Yes.
What is on the left side there?
Left side, here or
On the left side of the screen itself.
this right here is a shopping complex known as the Eastgate Plaza. There's a Family Dollar and a furniture store in this specific building right here.
And all those other buildings then, in addition to the one that's that you mentioned in the right quadrant, the other 3 buildings or so, what are those?
These are other apartment complexes. This is the entire same complex.
Were there cameras located that recorded events that are that would be present in this area?
Yes, may I show?
Yes, please.
There was 2 affixated to the south side of the parking lot right here. as well as two affixed to the north side of this parking lot right here.
So the record is clear. This is still that initial building that's running left to right on the bottom right quadrant. You're saying in the bottom left corner there were 2 cameras, and in the top left corner there were 2 cameras?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to, were you able to get all the data from those cameras, each of those cameras?
Yes.
Let's go to Exhibit 97. What are we looking at here, sir?
That is a separate complex that is just north of the one we were initially testing.
All right. So in the bottom of 97, those 2 buildings that we see, let's start with those. What are those 2 buildings on the bottom that we see?
Is correct, sir?
Yes.
These are the same complex that we were at originally.
So
That's just south.
that's the very top of 96?
Yes.
Now we're going further north.
Correct.
Okay. Pinehurst, that's still the street on the right?
Yes, Pinehurst is still here. This is still Eastgate Plaza parking lots.
And now, in this complex, is this a separate complex altogether?
Yes, same property manager, but it's a separate name.
Do you know the name of this one?
I believe this one was Colonial.
What was the first one?
I don't remember the first one verbatim.
That's okay. Let's talk about Colonial then. Were there any cameras at Colonial that captured events that would have taken place in this area?
Yes.
Where were they located?
This garage-looking shelter right here, there was a office sign affixed to the front of it. There's cameras that were fixated to the south pointing to this direction, as well as the east pointing towards Pinehurst, north through an additional parking lot and complex, as well as the Eastgate Plaza parking lot.
All right, and just so that I'm clear, when you say this building, this shed, whatever word you use there, this is top left part of the screen above the final gray slate colored roof. There's a smaller, lighter colored roof.
Yes, it has a light gray siding or roof with white siding on it.
And you're indicating that there were 2 cameras that faced to the right of this screen and to the top of this screen from that building?
Yes.
And then where were the other 2?
There was one facing directly this way, one facing down, one facing north, and one facing west.
All right. So they're all going. They're following the compass rose.
Correct.
Essentially. All right. Let's go to 98. What do we have here?
That is the other apartment complex directly north of the Colonial.
We still see that same shed,
Yes,
and now it's in the bottom of 98.
that is correct.
Do you remember the name of this complex?
I believe it was the Pinehurst Apartments.
And then let's go to 99. What do we have here, sir?
It's the same one, but it's a full view of the additional building in the back.
And anything of note also depicted in this photo?
You still have the shed where the original cameras were for the Colonial apartment complex.
Yes.
You have obviously Pinehurst still here. You have a large garage in the center back here, a large open area with many people parked that live in those residents.
All right. And what about the very top left, about a third of the way in? Is there anything of note there?
Can you point specific?
Top left, about a third of the way in. Yes.
Well, right in this area?
Yes.
There's a dumpster.
Are there any cameras that capture the events that occur in this location?
The cameras down here catch it slightly. We confirm there's cameras along the back of these buildings. We confirm management. They do not work. They're just for show.
Okay. Not operational
No.
at that time. So no video footage from this area.
Not from the Pinehurst apartments itself, no.
All right, you can regain your seat there. Let me ask you then, you were able to view the videos that were from those other 2 complexes?
Yes.
Where did you do that?
Initially on scene, one was in the basement of the initial complex. Another one was the ring camera that was affixed to the western building just north of the original complex. And then the shed with the light gray roof and white siding that's in the Colonial apartment parking lot.
All right.
And then when I returned back to the station, I reviewed further.
So you were able to download all of that?
Yes.
Save it?
Yes.
To the thumb drive or hard drive?
The Colonial apartment and the initial apartments, they were downloaded to the hard drives brought back here. The ring camera footage, I initially reviewed at the complex itself, and then the owner of that said ring camera provided me login information to officially download everything to a computer.
You know what, let's talk about that for just a second. I don't think we touched on that. Let me go back to 96. Share the screen again. You indicated that you found some ring videos. Where would those have been if you could step down again? Sure.
The ring camera itself, there's a partition that comes out, was affixed to the front of it, right around this area.
All right, so the record is clear. You're pointing to the building complex on the left of 96, or almost in the very center of 96, almost dead center of the page.
Yes.
And that's where there was a ring camera?
Yes, it was affixed to the front post of the porch cover.
And which direction was it facing?
Directly east, so it would have caught this entire walkway and building.
All right, great, thank you. You can regain your seat. I apologize, we should have hit that earlier. All right. Oh, Robbie, also Exhibit 4. It's a daytime video.
Which one is that?
Yeah, it's the one. Sorry. So I'd move for admission of Exhibit 4 as well, please.
No objection, Your Honor, for purposes of exam.
All right. Let me show you People's Exhibit 4, sir. What are we looking at in Exhibit 4? Where is this?
That would be the parking lot just south of the apartment complex. That is Fraser Road right there, 7-Eleven on the south end of it.
7-Eleven on the top center of the screen?
Yep, that would be the south side of Fraser.
Is there a timestamp on this? Oh. Can we move that? It doesn't even move.
This is the same that we have.
Yes.
And it says
You have a picture that,
Yeah.
12/33/59.
Yes, I didn't want to. I can do it that way. If
what is it?
it's January 2nd, 2025, 12/33/59. At 12:34:05, we had some people who have entered the screen from the bottom right. Why is this of note to you?
We were given a description of the vehicle for Miss Elkins. The vehicle is right there. It's a Chevrolet. Parked one spot away from the handicap. We were looking for video of her vehicle coming and going.
Did you capture video of her vehicle coming in as well?
Yes.
All right. We'll get to that next. I probably should have shown you that first, but we'll go forward from here. As it relates to the individual in the screen now, or the individuals, was there anything of note with these individuals that you saw?
When he approached the vehicle, he was looking. She looked like they were both approaching the passenger side first. He went to the rear, looked like he was looking at something. Looked like they appeared to exchange some words, and then she got on the passenger side of the vehicle.
She got in the passenger side?
I'm sorry, the driver's side. He got on the passenger side.
Jump forward that far, I'm sorry. I'll jump forward just a few seconds to speed this up a little. vehicle is leaving the parking lot at 12:35:40. Which direction is that heading?
That would be eastbound Fraser.
Let's go to what has already been entered as People's 3. I'll show you that as well. Let me get a timestamp. Let me share the screen first. This will be at timestamp 1/2/25 at 7:58:01. This has already been entered as 3. What do we see in here, sir?
Ms. Elkins' vehicle arriving.
I assume 7:58:01 is AM, correct?
AM, I'm sorry, yes. It'll be military time, I'll read, Judge.
Thank you.
I apologize.
I assume that was.
Although, actually, no, it might not be military, it might be AM, yeah. My mistake. I'll make it clear as we go forward. And at 7:59:43, we see an individual getting out of that vehicle. Do you know who that individual is?
Yes.
How do you know who that is?
It was later shown and identified as Miss Ashley Elkins.
How were you able to identify it as Ashley Elkins?
Detective Lesperance met with the family and they showed video. And they confirmed that's what it was.
Now let's go to People's People's 100 and People's 100. Seems like every time I open a new video, Judge, I have to reshare everything, so I apologize. People's 1, still that same camera angle now at 2:59:15 p.m. on January 2nd. Is that correct? Oh, you can't see. I'm going to play from here, sir. Tell me what we see.
You see the male earlier observed on a video entering the vehicle going that would be west from the location of the parking lot.
Okay, let me try to do something, Judge, because that thing in the way is really going to cause a lot of problems. Okay, I'm going to stop share and then move this and then try to share again.
Is there any way that we can move that from the top part of the screen to the bottom? Okay. It's okay. On your screen, you cannot see it?
Oh, that's not working either.
I'm told I can see it on this screen. Has Detective Taylor already viewed it?
Okay. Well, obviously, I want the court to be able to see what's happening. The court is going to have to make its ultimate decision here.
Right.
Detective Taylor, can you see over that screen? Can you tell us what's happening?
Yes, I can see the screen. There's no box in the corner.
We can move that camera. Judge, we can move the camera in front, it's facing the border on the back of her screen, and kind of fixate it to her screen if you want to move that top right corner.
Oh, no.
Well, let me just.
Oh, no.
I think we'll be able to. Let's try to make it work here. What's happening behind that box? The judge can see, but if you can just describe for the court what's happening behind that box.
There's a large dumpster that he makes his way to. It appears to be a large yellow box he's placing inside.
All right, let's continue on. As it relates to the individual that we see in Exhibit 100, can you make any determinations about their clothing?
Yes.
Specifically what?
The black jacket with a hood, black beanie, some kind of dark pants, dark shoes,
All right, I'm gonna
possibly boots.
pause it there at 3 o'clock and 3 seconds p.m. Relative to the individual we saw in People's Exhibit 4, any similarities?
Exact same clothing, essentially. Hood still down, as well as the jacket, pants, shoes, and hat.
All right, I'll continue to the end here.
Could you repeat what your answer was, please?
Essentially, it's the same clothing that was observed in the earlier one.
Let me try to do it this way, Judge. Maybe it'll allow me to show the videos this way without having to keep resharing. Let's go to 101. Hopefully it'll share here. All right. This is at timestamp January 2nd, 2025, 11/17/27. What are we looking at here, sir?
That would be the south side parking lot of the complex.
Still the same view?
Yep, that would be Frazo as well as the 7-Eleven across the street.
All right, I want to direct your attention to just right of that 7-Eleven on the other side of that wall. What's over in that area?
That is the Eastgate Shopping Plaza. You have the furniture store and the Family Dollar immediately to the side of it, as well as the Kroger's.
All right, I'm going to go forward here a little bit.
You indicated 11/17/27 p.m.?
11/17/27 p.m. That's correct. On January 2nd, sir. What do we see there in the center of that screen on the other side of the wall?
An individual.
And at 11/17/55, we see that individual coming around that wall now?
Yes.
What's that individual doing at 11/18?
Looks like he's pushing a shopping cart.
I'm going to pause it now at 11/18/30. Are you able to tell anything about that particular male? Or that individual? Let me start that way.
That individual looks like it's wearing the exact same hat as the one seen with the yellow box, as well as getting to Miss Elkins' vehicle, all the way down to the white little tag that's on the front of the winter hat, as well as the black jacket with the hood, as well as dark pants.
Can you tell if it's a male or a female?
By the statute and the size, be a male.
What about
I would say it's a male.
What about anything with race? Can you tell any of that?
I would believe it to be a medium complected black male.
Now let's go to Exhibit 102, which begins at 11:46:38 p.m. Same view again?
Same view.
Now, I'll pause it here for a moment at 11:46:42. What do we see?
Appears to be the same individual from the previous videos with the black jacket, black hat, black pants. Appears the shoe's been switched out from earlier in the day.
What is he doing now?
Carrying a some kind of bag, pink or purple.
I know he on the screen on the in the courtroom he's going behind an obstruction, but in the actual screen, what is he doing over there?
The same dumpster I mentioned in the previous video.
What is he doing at that dumpster?
Appears to be placing the bag into the dumpster and returning.
All right, now, as we get closer here, can we see that individual a little bit better at 11:47:10?
Yes.
Can you confirm that it is a black male?
Yes.
Anything of note about his pants?
Same style pants, dark color with the rips in it. Black jacket with the hood, as well as the black winter hat with the tag up front.
And these shoes now, you said earlier he was wearing an all black shoe. What's he wearing now?
It appears to be wearing a black, kind of like sneaker tennis shoe with a white bottom. One from earlier appeared to be an all black sole as well as black shoe itself.
Now Exhibit 103. What are we looking at here, sir?
Downward angle of the sidewalk. That would be the northwest corner of that southernmost building of the apartment complex.
Where would that building be in this photograph?
It's the camera that's affixed to the bottom right corner of this, that would be essentially the where the building is. The walkway going that way would be northbound. The walkway going that way is eastbound. This would be westbound. Essentially, the building is on the back side here, which would be southbound if you were to look at a true north compass.
Okay, so you said that way and this way a lot. So let me try to make the record clear. The building itself would be the right side of this
Yes, where
screen?
the camera's affixed, yes.
Because of the angle of the camera, you're saying the path that goes off to the left corner, top left corner, that's north?
Yes.
The path that goes straight up the middle of this screen, did you say that was east?
Yes.
And then west would be to the left.
Correct.
Where would the parking lot be relative to this?
Essentially, the far right side where the building is behind that. So, essentially, where the walkway is leading to the bottom of this leads towards the parking lot.
Right below where the street is would be where the parking lot
Yep,
would
that's
be?
where the walkway leads to.
This is going to start at 4:01:30 a.m. on January 3rd. All right, I'll pause it there at 4:01:33. Can you see anything from this angle that is of note?
Appears to be black jacket seen from previous videos. Looks like the hood's up at this time, and some kind of shiny possible bag in the right side of the individual.
What makes you say the hood is up?
You can see the fur that's fully exposed versus it being on the back side of it.
Go forward from here. We cut to 4:01:32 in this angle. Where is this angle?
So the light and the walkway on the left side, that would be the west side of the building or complex. The walkway that's leading forward with that large generator-looking box right there, that would be the north side of the apartment complex.
And where would the camera from the last shot be located?
Where the walkway is right there, you see how they form together at the very bottom. The camera would be essentially right in that general area to the right of there.
Why is this particular clip important?
It captures a shadow walking towards the parking lot itself.
All right, I'm gonna go back, so let's zoom back to 4:01:30 when we start this clip. This intersection that is in the very center left of the screen at the bottom, you're saying that's the same intersection that's depicted?
The exact spot on the far left right there where they connect in almost a perfect right angle is the view you see
In the very next clip?
Yeah, the very next camera, yes.
Let's go forward from here then. We see the individual come into screen and then we're looking for a shadow in the next clip?
Correct.
And now we go back at 4:01:42. I paused it at 43, but we're back to that same view from before?
Yes, that's the parking lot with Phrasal and the
Are we on now a different exhibit?
Still the same exhibit. It's all one.
That's the one we were, okay.
I have 3 of them that are all,
Thank you.
rather than 2 individual. And now here we have at 4:01:46 a.m. What do we see here?
The individual seen from the earlier clips with the black jacket, dark pants, as well as the shoes with the white bottoms.
Where is it?
Just underneath the officer will actually hanging up the right corner.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should. And then I'm going to go forward here. I know it's going to go behind that obstruction again. So if you can look at that other camera, what does this individual end up doing?
Go to that same dumpster seen in the previous clips.
Well, if you could watch again, I know that it's behind your obstruction there, but can you see? Let me back up.
Correction, he just makes his way towards where the dumpster is, but however, he is staying along the south side of that western building of the complex right there.
All right. Now I'm going to go forward here. At 4:02.
This time, sir, you're indicating that he's going toward the dumpster, but he does not, the video does not depict him actually going to the dumpster?
He doesn't actually go to the dumpster.
Thank you.
All right, now I've zoomed in on the camera 3 here at 4:02:56. What are we looking at here?
That would be the north of the initial complex into the Colonial Apartments. The tree line or bushes right there is the divider between the two.
All right. Let's go forward here. What are we seeing here, sir?
You're seeing a silhouette of an individual walking along the bush or tree line.
All right, I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Where is this at?
That would be north of the complex itself. The buildings directly to the left are the western side of that complex.
And where should we focus our attention to see this figure?
Essentially the tree, that's the large tree with 3 or 4 branches kind of starting from low, directly in the center of the video. There's a bush/tree line along right there. You'll see a silhouette walking along those bushes and trees.
All right, I'm going to play again from 4:03:01 a.m.
You can see the silhouette passing through the openings of the tree line right there.
And now at 4:12:55, where is this camera angle?
That camera is affixed to that garage I mentioned at the Colonial Apartments. It is facing east towards Pinehurst.
So that little garage, it would be facing.
It'd be on the bottom of this screen itself right here.
Understood. Thank you.
The Colonial Apartments are directly to the right.
Thank you. What do we see now coming to screen?
The same individual as mentioned in the previous clips with the black jacket and the hood, as well as the black hat with the white tag, black pants with the rip and tears, as well as the black shoes with white bottoms.
And now at 4:13:08, where's this camera angle, sir?
That camera is on the same shed that's located in the Colonial Apartments. It is facing directly north of the parking lot itself for the Colonial Apartments. To the left, right there, is the Eastgate shopping complex. To the right is the Pinehurst Apartments.
So these 2 cameras, if I understand correctly, from your testimony from before, they were right next to each other. One was facing, the one we saw just previously was facing east, and this one is now facing north.
Yes.
What is this individual doing in Exhibit 103 at timestamp 4:13:08 a.m.?
He is looking into a garbage can or a large dumpster.
Back on the eastbound angle, camera 2 for that at 4:13 and change. And now back to this camera at 4:11. What do we see?
That would be the looking through the initial complex again. Side of the buildings on the left side, that's one complex. That's the west side buildings. The ones on the right side are the east side. And through the north right there would be the right underneath the window of the Officer Lashley thing. That's where the tree line is from the Colonial Apartments. It's kind of like a partition to separate the two.
Let me ask you, sir, the times for the Colonial Apartments and the Hampton Apartments, did they match up? Did the timestamps on the videos when you downloaded them, did they match up? Were the clocks the same?
I believe so, yes.
So the last one showed 4:13. This one shows 4:11. You're saying this would have happened before that one?
I don't have an answer. I don't know. I believe they were the same time. I don't know exactly if they're the same time. I believe they were.
Let's go forward. At 4:11, let's watch what we see here. What are we seeing at 4:11:24 on this timestamp?
The individual from the previous clips, wearing the same jacket, pants, as well as hat, was walking southbound, turned around and went back northbound and towards around the building towards Pinehurst.
All right, and now on 4:12:14 on this timestamp, what do we see?
That same individual reappeared. He's in the upper right corner right there, coming around the corner of that building.
For 13:01, what is that individual doing?
Making his way towards the initial complex at, on the bottom left or bottom of the screen. So
And now we switch camera angles. We're seeing 4:12:50. Now let's go to People's 104. At 4:35:30, well, let's make it to 32. What do we see? 33. What do we see here? AM.
The individual seen in the previous clips, same black jacket with the furry hood, black hat, those the black pants and the black shoes with white bottoms, and the shopping cart. Looks very similar from the one seen earlier. He would be walking northbound through the complex now.
And as we switch to the second angle at 435-35, this is the northbound?
Correct. That's continuing to the where the Colonial Apartments are located, which is just past that. But that tree line is that would be the Colonial Apartments.
All right, now zooming in on that at 436.05, just to get a better view of it. Colonial Apartments are to the right, you said?
Nope, Colonial Apartments are directly in front right there where that tree line is. Looks almost like tall bushes.
I see.
He's going right, which would be east towards Pinehurst right now.
Now at 436-34, we see what?
The same individual with the shopping cart, clothing, walking back. Now he appears to be going westbound, which is towards the Eastgate Plaza Center.
Can you get out to Eastgate from that location?
No, it's a tall wall and fence as well as bushes and trees. We'd have to actually climb over the wall itself. I've walked it myself several times.
So at 438.04, what do we see?
Individual reappear, walking eastbound now, back towards Pinehurst itself.
All right, now 448 on this clock. From what do we see here?
You have the Colonial Apartments, which is the far right side of the screen with the sidewalk, where the cameras are fixated. Just below the bottom of the screen would be the garage itself. To the left side of the screen, that would be the north area. The apartment complex is right there to Pinehurst. Where that car is passing right there would be southbound Pinehurst itself. You see that same individual observed on the previous screens with the shopping cart, pushing that said shopping cart westbound along the sidewalk. Now he's entering the parking lot. And now he's making his way northbound through that parking lot.
Now 449.26 on this clock. What are we looking at?
That would be the north-facing cameras from the Colonial Apartments that are on top of the garage. That is the dumpster from the previous clips. That's the same individual with the same clothing and shopping cart making his way towards the north side of the parking lot. To the top left is the Eastgate Shopping Plaza. To the right would be the Pinehurst Apartments.
I'm going to pause it there for just a second at 4:50:01 a.m. What's the individual doing now?
He turned around and he's starting to walk southbound through the parking lot.
Are you familiar with that parking lot?
Very familiar.
Is there an exit to that parking lot in that area?
Not to go northbound. Directly behind the shed right here, there's a small walk fence, essentially a gate to get through. But that fence that he went to initially, that's a it's all privacy fence, or not privacy fence, chain link fence. You can actually climb. There's no openings in that area.
And then off screen to the right at 4:50. We zoomed in at 4:50:20 a.m. What are we seeing now?
There's a silhouette in the bottom right. There's a white vehicle. That same shopping cart individual wearing the black jacket that just passed. There's that same fence that mentioned in the previous clip that's right here in the top part of it. That's the same style of fence along that walkway to the back of the Pinehurst Apartments right there.
All right, and now zoomed in again at, I don't have the actual time anymore, the timestamp has been cut off for the Zoom, but it's at 4:22, 4 minutes and 22 seconds of Exhibit 104. Is there anything else of note that you testified to already depicted in this photograph or this video?
Yes, in the overview photographs of that apartment complex, the buildings to the right of the Pinehurst Apartments, directly in the center, there's a large fixed object that is a garage. And to the far left of the photograph, between two trees, there is a dumpster.
Is there a way to differentiate that dumpster as we sit here and look at it?
Yes, there is a white object at the very bottom, would be the bottom right corner of the dumpster itself, and there's a illuminated light directly above where the dumpster is, and there's some power lines right there.
The area then to the very far left where the cursor is that
That would be
accurate?
correct.
Let's go forward here. We still see that individual walking to the right here?
Yes, you see the silhouette past the window that with the light in it.
As we get to 450, I'm sorry, 503, do we see that individual again?
Yes, we had that cursor at general area. You see the silhouette passing through. Appears to stop right next to the dumpster. That white object I mentioned that was in the bottom right just moves to the right side of the dumpster in this video.
I'm going to back it up just a little bit here so we can see that. At 512 of this video, is that what you're talking about there?
That would be correct.
Okay. Can you make out anything else that's happening there?
It appears he's playing around in the dumpster area with shopping cart itself and everything. Approximately right there, you see whatever large item was in that shopping cart. He appears to kind of, to what I saw, once he drops it.
All right, that was at 541. I'm going to rewind that again. 541 of our time. It's 538 here. Right there is what you're saying?
Yes.
What are you seeing there is not.
And Judge, we
Easy
can
to see.
obviously we can. I'll have an exhibit for the court to view on its own computer.
Thank you.
But I paused it at 539. What is it that we should be looking at?
May I
in the next
approach
2
him
seconds?
and,
Yes.
put directly with that?
Yes.
So directly in this area, that's that white object I mentioned. The individual standing right here, about right in this area. You'll see the individual kind of fumble with whatever was in his hands at the time. Appears to be dropping something prior to moving back towards the dumpster itself.
Why don't you stay there, Detective? I'm going to hit play. And it's about 2 seconds here. Actually,
You see,
I'm going to go back a little more to give you a little bit more lead up.
you can see right here is that said object appears to have dropped. The individual gets back behind it and begins placing it into the dumpster.
Where is the dumpster in relation to that object and the person?
See this little light colored object right here?
Yes.
The dumpster is essentially right here.
Thank you.
Yep.
And obviously, Judge, as I indicated, we'll have an exhibit for the court to view
Thank you.
closer with better detail. You can retake your seat, Detective. How long does the individual stay at that dumpster?
I believe it was around 5 or so minutes. give or take. I don't know the exact time frame he was directly there.
From my angle, I'm not sure what you can see on this screen, obviously.
You can still see the silhouette near the dumpster itself.
And that's at 7:06 of this video.
Yep. Well, it's be the, you can see the movement kind of on the left side of it.
Wait, 7:06? Yeah, it's because we don't have the timestamp anymore, Judge. I'm doing it off of the exhibit's run time. Once we lost the timestamp with the zoom in.
You've lost me a bit because I thought
I'm sorry.
the last time you talked or mentioned time was 5:41.
Yes, that was 3 times ago. When we zoomed in.
Okay.
Since we lost the timestamp, I indicated I was switching over, and all of my calls would now be the run time of the exhibit. Does that make sense?
Meaning that it's been running for 7 minutes and 6 seconds.
Correct.
6 seconds. Thank
Correct.
you.
So this time here, in the bottom left corner of the actual exhibit
Okay.
play time.
So that's not the actual time that this might have taken place, just the running time.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Now, Detective, while this continues to play, let me just ask you, the video that you're seeing on this screen, is it the same quality that you were able to see initially?
On the in the actual garage itself, it had an actual monitor and hard drive. It was not perfectly clear, but it was clearer than this zoomed in. It was still slightly faded like this is, but it was slightly clearer than what is on this right now.
Have you had an opportunity to view it since on just a regular computer?
During the initial investigation, yes. Not since it was downloaded and secured.
How does it view on a regular computer relative to what you're seeing on this screen here today?
Slightly clearer.
Can you still see that individual at 9:04 runtime?
It's a bit of a glare from I saw some silhouette movement slightly, but not right now.
And
there it is. That's this, right where the dumpster was. You see the individual to the right side where that white object was I pointed out initially. I just have a glare from the lamp up top.
I understand.
He's now to
9:40.
he's to the right side again.
Could you point out where he is because I cannot.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll back it up a few seconds here.
So again, silhouette's roughly right here. This is the dumpster itself. You'll see the kind of silhouette again, kind of move in front of that lit area, then back over again. Silhouette goes back on again as well, in the same little lip area. And now he's making his way, the silhouette's making its way to the lot again. you see the silhouette reappear again behind the tree right here. And it's way back this way.
And that's at 10:45?
That would be her.
10:45 of our playtime when you started?
Yes.
Thank you.
And it reappears again near the dumpster itself. That'd be 10:57 on the playtime. The silhouette begins to make its way again back towards that side of the tree. You can't see it go back and forth. And back to the dumpster again.
At 11:18 back to the dumpster.
That'll be 11:18 playtime, correct? Silhouette moves again at 11:33 towards the tree. Continues towards the garage at 11:37.
I'd like to direct your attention to the right side of the screen, right of that garage, as we go forward from 12 minutes. Do you see the white car there
Yes.
on the right side? Do you see an individual there?
Yes, there's a light on the right side right there. You see walk jumping underneath it. It goes behind the tree, and then there's a telephone pole that's right there. You can still see the silhouette moving in your bottom right, just above that SUV that's right there between the two buildings.
All right, and that's at 12:50. Let's watch that same location. That same location at 13:25, what do we see?
The same silhouette, go past the post underneath that light. This would be northbound that silhouette's heading. It's considered northbound. You see the silhouette pop in between the light areas.
Do you see that large tree dead center of the screen?
Yes.
I'd like to direct your attention to the right of that and to the left of that. That light area, do you see that?
Yes.
All right, please tell me what you see there.
See the silhouette cross on the right side, now crossing on through the left side.
So that was at 13:53 and
Yes.
13:59.
Correct.
What is north of that?
You
Complex?
have Marquette Street as well as Glendale Street, and that would be a neighborhood. And you have the north end of Eastgate Plaza, and then the Motor City Pawn shop that's right there as well. It's off of Glendale.
Motor City Pawn is up there
Yes.
as well? Let me show you Exhibit 105. All right, Exhibit 105, what is this, sir?
That is the same individual observed from the previous videos. The same black coat, the hood with the fur, the black hat with a white tag in the front, as well as the dark pants with the tears, and as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms. This one's more clear, shows that it has colored laces and a writing.
All right, 106.
Same individual with a shopping cart observed earlier in the previous clips. Black coat, the hood and the fur. Hard to make out the head in this photo, as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms, as well as the black pants.
And then we'll go to 107.
Same individual, seen in the previous videos, with the hood up, with the black hat, and the white tag, a dark jacket, black jacket, the black pants and the tears, as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms.
You indicated that in addition to the videos that you were able to get from the complexes themselves, you were able to get ring cameras as well.
Yeah, there was a tenant in the west side buildings of the apartment complex that had a ring camera fixed to the front post of their covered porch area.
Let me share the video now again. This will be 108.
Yes.
This will be 108. All right, 108. Is it 108? Can you see the timestamp in the bottom corner here?
Yes.
What is it?
It states January 3rd of 2025. It says that's 01:54 Eastern Standard Time.
Go forward here on 108. What do we see?
That same individual in the previous clips, the dark black jacket and the black hat, as well as black pants and the black shoes with the white bottoms, holding a here's a trash bag.
And then again, we'll go to People's 109. Can you see the timestamp on that one?
Yes, it is January 3rd of 2025, and it states 0:44 Eastern Standard Time.
I'm sorry, what time?
Eastern Standard Time.
What time?
Oh, I'm sorry. 0:44. 4:44.
04:44:27.
Correct.
All right. What do we see before this video begins?
The individual observed in the previous video with a shopping cart, dark black jacket, black pants, and the black shoes with white bottoms.
After you completed your search of these video systems, what did you do next as it relates to this investigation?
When I was getting the video from the Colonial Apartments in that shed, after watching the individual near that dumpster for quite some time, another detective went there and found suspected blood. I went over there as well and looked at it. From there, I believe it was the MSP forensic team, I think it's quoted as, made the scene, and they assisted with processing the apartment as well as the dumpster itself. From there, I went back to the apartment complex. I did a walkthrough with the canine, or let me step back for a second. After I got that ring camera footage, I walked around. That's how I was able to find the Colonial Village cameras. Once I downloaded everything from there, I went back. I walked a route from the main complex all the way to where the dumpster was with the MSP canine for an article search.
Let me ask you this. You said earlier that after you found that video, you directed another detective to that dumpster?
It was Detective Chris Bryant.
Detective Ryan who testified here earlier today?
Correct.
And you sent him to that dumpster?
Yeah, so I continued to download and review the video.
And did you actually see the contents of that dumpster as well that he saw?
I looked in it as well.
What did you see?
I saw what appeared to be blood on the bottom of it. The dumpster appeared to be fairly empty. There was blood at the bottom.
Did you ultimately take the Michigan State Police canine there, you said?
We walked through the entire complex from the southernmost through the Colonial to the Pinehurst where the dumpster was located at. He also checked in the Eastgate Plaza as well, just to see if they could find anything.
Did you have any part of helping the Michigan State Police technical unit secure and swab that blood evidence in that dumpster?
Yes, they actually had me walk them the route that was observed on all the camera footage. They went there and they secured the dumpster, processed it, and then another officer stood by when the dumpster was collected.
You were there while they did that?
Yes.
At some point, did you have a lead as to where the defendant was?
When I returned back to the station after the MSP lab, or forensic team was done processing the apartment, my detective lieutenant, Andrew Beamer, advised that the acknowledged individual was a possible girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's house up in Flint. We were going there to execute a search warrant.
Were you a participant in that?
Yes.
When you got to that location, did you ultimately find the defendant?
Yes.
All right. Do this. Share this screen with you, sir. I know it's a little unorthodox that the defendant is not here today, but do you recognize the individual in People's Exhibit 95?
Yes, that would be DeAndre Booker. He's wearing a black shirt as well as possible blue or black pants and has a black goatee mustache.
When you made that scene, who initially did you speak with?
I believe the name was Brandy. It was a girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
Did she give you information as to how long the defendant had been there or what he'd been doing while he was there?
Objection, Your Honor. That would be hearsay.
I didn't ask what the information was. I asked if you got information about it.
I didn't directly interview her in regards to that matter, so I do not have the exact timeline of him being there.
I understand. You began doing the search?
I assist with the search, that's correct.
I'm going to show you what's been, let's see, People's Exhibit 110. What are we looking at here, sir?
That would be, if you're facing the front of the bed towards the headboard, that would be the left side of the bed located in Brandy's room.
111?
That would be a coat, appeared to be the same coat seen in the footage that we found.
112?
A closer picture of the coat.
And now 113, what are we looking at here?
That was a faded area, kind of resembled blood, dried blood on the coat itself.
Where are we talking?
Just top of the pocket itself.
Just above the zipper, just right of center?
Yes.
And then in 114?
That's a closer view of the previous image. It'd be almost like three little blotches right there.
And now in 115, what do we have here, sir?
Those were the pants that were very similar to the ones seen in the video that we observed.
116?
That would be the winter hat that was observed with the white tag in the front of it.
And 117?
Closer view of the hat.
118 now. Oops, I'm sorry. 118, what are we looking at here, sir?
That would be the black shoes with the white bottoms with the colored laces.
All of these were found in Flint?
Correct.
I'm sorry, where were they found?
In the residence, Brandy's the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's house in Flint.
Could you back up where?
Yes, sir. Which?
Regarding the Flint location?
I'm sorry, I can question that again, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Once you finish your search at the Colonial Apartments and you helped Michigan State Police with their teching and all that, did you receive any instructions from your lieutenant?
Yes, he stated that we were going to be at information that Mr. Booker was in a house in Flint at his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's house. Her name was Brandy.
What did you do at that point?
We were briefed on everything. We met with local jurisdictions up there. I forgot everybody that was involved. I think Warren's special ops team was with us as well. We briefed again, and then we went to Brandy's house, knocked and announced. She was compliant, and we made entry, searched it, found Mr. Booker, and that's where we found the clothing as well.
And the defendant was there on that day?
Yes.
And that's where photograph 95, People's 95, was taken of him that day?
That was in one of the bedrooms of that location.
And all of these items from People's 110, I think it is, Yeah, 110 through 118 so far, those were all located at that home in Flint?
Yes. I even asked Brandy directly where was Mr. Booker's clothing and items, and she pointed out the shoes as well as the clothing that were shown on the side of the bed.
Thank you. 119, what do we have here, sir?
That would be a pistol sales record with DeAndre Booker's name on it. That was found on the nightstand next to where the clothing was located at. We also recovered a pistol inside his apartment complex earlier that day. That was a Taurus as well.
Does this pistol sales record match the pistol that was found? Do you know?
I don't know specifically.
What is the caliber of this particular gun?
9mm.
Have just moving around?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. No further questions from this witness at this time.
Can we back up for just a second? You went through exhibits 110 through 119. I didn't get 115. You asked the
Yes, Judge. What is 115, sir?
That would be the dark colored pants that were on the left side of the bed that closely resemble what we observed in the video observed earlier.
When you say closely observed, why?
They're black with the rips in them, with fades as well.
Anything else, Judge?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lane?
I'm going to try to go with kind of the order that you testified with regarding these cameras that were, let's just start with the cameras, I guess, on the building where Mr. Booker lived. There were two cameras facing south to the parking lot.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, and one kind of gave a view of the parking lot south and to the west, and one south and to the east, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and both of those cameras were in working order?
Yes.
Okay, and the building that we're talking about, at least the back of that building, is facing east, facing south toward Fraser, correct?
Yes.
And that's two cameras we're talking about. The parking lot is south of that building.
Yes.
Before Fraser. And then there were also two cameras attached to that particular building facing both north and facing east, correct?
One was north, was kind of facing directly down, not directly east. It was kind of facing
Okay,
down.
the one camera that we saw was facing basically straight down, and you could see the other camera, correct? That was facing
Yes.
north? Okay. And is that because the cameras were kind of at a distance from each other? One was lower to the ground, one was almost to the roof?
I don't remember because that was at least a story up. I didn't get on top of the building itself to see where they were positioned at.
And so the one that was facing downward actually shows more the sidewalk going east would, let's let me start again. When we looked at the pictures from the camera facing downward on Mr. Booker's building. Following me?
Yeah.
Okay. When you looked at the picture, the top of the picture would be what was facing east toward the street of Pinehurst, correct?
Yes.
Rob,
We could-
let me
we
put up
could
104 for you,
Put one.
so that it's, I'll put up exhibit 104.
So that's the view that I'm talking about.
So that's facing kind of directly down on the sidewalk. That's on the left of the screen, the top left. That's going north. The sidewalk with the stain right there. That's
So
going to the top of the screen. That would be
the top
technically
of the picture
east.
is sidewalk leading east.
Yes,
to
that's correct.
Pinehurst.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay, and obviously this camera at the bottom right of the corner is the camera that faces north.
Yes.
Okay. Now, these cameras are attached basically to the far west side of the apartment building where Mr. Booker lived, correct?
Maybe the northwest, yes. The northwest of his building.
Yeah, I mean, these cameras facing north, the ones to the parking lot on the south side of the building.
Yes.
But they were all at the extreme west of that particular
Correct.
building. And there's no camera view from these particular cameras to show the actual entrance to Mr. Booker's apartment, correct?
Not these cameras, no.
Would the Ring camera that you also got footage from show the entrance to Mr. Booker's apartment?
I don't remember if it was caught inside the actual ring limits itself. I don't remember. I'd have to see it posted up. I could direct you if it does or not.
Okay. Would it be correct that the Ring camera was kind of motion activated?
Yes, it was motion activated. Correct.
So it only would go on if there was some motion closer to the Ring camera, correct?
Essentially, yes. I don't remember the specifics of what her parameters of her
Okay.
motion sensor was.
I'll get back to that. Now, with all of these views that we've talked about, let me go to, can we put up
Yeah.
number 100?
I can. You want to play or just pause?
We could run it till we see people.
I don't know if you were just asking for the angle or not. I paused it at 2:59:18. Is that
Yeah, we
good?
could start that, that's fine.
Okay.
So, this camera catches somebody that is going to the south parking lot of the Hampton Court apartment complex, and there's a dumpster to the, I guess, top right hand of the screen that we have trouble actually seeing the dumpster on this particular view, but in our own videos we see it.
That's correct.
Yeah. And that is a dumpster generally specifically for the 4 or 5 buildings that make up the Hampton apartment complex, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, this person is throwing some kind of a box into that dumpster in this video, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we don't know what's in the box, if anything, correct?
No.
Okay. Now, this individual has on, a hat, looks dark in color. Can we tell whether that jacket is blue or black from these videos?
No, just dark color with some kind of fur on the
All
hood.
right. And it looks as though, and can you run it forward, please, Carmen?
Yes.
As to maybe when it comes back. Just stop it somewhere around there. Now, would I be correct in stating that In this photograph, this individual looks like black boots on,
Yes.
not tennis shoes, correct?
I mentioned earlier some kind of black shoe.
Okay. You can't tell from this whether it's boots, leather, or tennis shoes.
They're some kind of high top, but they're definitely black. Can't tell if they're leather or just regular
Okay.
shoes.
And the pants look like blue jeans, correct?
That's safe to say.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, from the view of this, I would say they're probably blue jeans, yeah.
Yeah, they're not black jeans, they're blue jeans, correct?
From this view, yes.
And there's no tears in the pants that we can see in this video?
Not in this video, no.
And obviously, the act of throwing something out into a dumpster is not in and of itself illegal, correct?
No.
Not in and of itself anything that would be considered criminal in nature, correct?
No.
And I take it in another one of these videos, might have been number 102, I believe, or 101. Same individual or similar looking individual is again throwing bags of garbage into that dumpster, correct?
Yes.
And at one point it looks, this might be 101. I don't know if you want to put it.
You want 101? I can do 101.
I'm gonna have to give you extra page.
Yes. And I'll play it for you.
I guess we just looked at maybe 11:46:42. Is that?
11:4. That's in 102. That's not in 102.
Then it
You want
might be
102?
102, if that's.
Yep. I get you that.
Just trying to keep track of the time.
Yeah. Oh, I should. Hold on. Sorry. Would you want 146:42?
I believe that was the. Okay, yeah, we can stop with that. That again, this person is now wearing tennis shoes and the black pants, correct?
Yeah, sorry I keep bobbing my head. One of the lights there's a big glare right exactly where you keep putting on, so I keep bobbing my head up and down. But yeah, there's
Okay.
the shoes and the pants, yes.
If we play a little further, I was looking at this, and it looks like he actually has two bags in the same hand, correct? A black one and a pink one?
I'm not sure if there's a black one and a pink one, or there's a shadow of the pink one.
Okay, I mean, you can't tell if that's two bags or one.
I need to rewind it if I can see it again.
I thought the same thing until I saw it moving as a shadow, but that doesn't look like a shadow to me.
I can't make that dimension. I don't know if it's two separate bags or not.
Okay. In possibly, I believe, Exhibit 103, where you're talking about see an individual going to the dumpster just to the north of the the Hampton complex would be the Colonial complex, correct?
Yeah, that's the middle of between.
And there's a shed there that has the other cameras you were talking about, one that goes to the east, one that goes to the north, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a dumpster right by that shed.
Yes.
And this individual puts some garbage into that shed, correct?
Not the shed. The
No,
dumpster.
I'm sorry, to the dumpster right next to that shed in the Colonial
Yes.
Apartments. And when he does that, you can tell when he puts those bags into that dumpster that it's pretty full, correct? He puts the bags right on the top of the dumpster.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously throughout these videos, he goes back to that dumpster at first with the shopping cart and whatever items are in that shopping cart, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to tell from any of these videos what exactly was in that shopping cart?
No, there's something large.
I'm sorry?
It just looks like it was stuffed to the top.
Okay, and there looked like there were multiple items in there, correct?
It just looked like it's just a full to the top. I don't know if it was multiple or one larger. I don't know.
Okay.
It just looked like it was filled to the top of it.
There's no telling from that video what those items were, correct?
No.
But this individual event goes right back to that dumpster that he had previously just brought out a handheld bag and put it on the top of the dumpster, right?
Yeah.
And then later comes back with a shopping cart full of more things to throw away and goes to that dumpster at first, correct, with the shopping cart?
He kind of goes past it to the back of the lot and realizes there's a fence there.
Would it be safe to assume that this person, when he goes past that dumpster, looking to maybe go to another dumpster, knows that, you know, he can't put it in the dumpster by the shed there at Colonial because it's full?
That would be reasonable, yes.
Okay. And then when that shopping cart is pushed out toward north of the shed, there's no exit from the Colonial parking lot there into the shopping center or to get into the, I think it's Huntington Manor, I call them the row house.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. No, there. To my knowledge, there's one farther up. It's just like a walkway, like a gate, like the backyard that you can get to the road, but not in that general area. No.
Yeah, okay. And that's why the cart comes back and then goes eventually to the Huntington Manor dumpster, correct?
Yes.
When we look at, let's say, I guess number 104, I don't know if you want to bring it up.
Yeah, I get it.
Bring it up.
You got a time you want to go to, or?
Say 4:35:30.
4:35. Yeah, just, okay. Well, I see you want like 33? 30 wasn't even on the screen yet.
Oh, I didn't know, I wrote down 4:35:30.
That's when it just enters the screen. I mean, I can go to that if you want. Or is this going to show what your question is?
I think so.
Okay. I'm just trying to help out. I don't know.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you wanted to play from here? I thought you had a
Oh,
question.
I'm sorry. I was looking at 104. I think that's still 10.
This is 104, exhibit 104.
Okay, can that play?
Yes, I didn't know if you had a question or if
I'm
you wanted.
sorry.
All right. I'm sorry.
You can stop it. That's the shopping cart that's full, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would I be correct that this shopping cart looks pretty easy for him to push around?
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Didn't look like he was having any trouble pushing it and turning it.
Now, when he turned it, I know from personal experience that my cart is heavier than normal. My back is tending to be pushed forward more. I'm more of an angled because I'm pushing it harder. But I can't. It's hard to round the corner. It's hard to tell unless I see it fully played again.
Sure.
Right there, he looks like he's in a normal posture. And he's turned around in the corner.
Okay, so normal posture, pretty easy pushing that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I take it when somebody usually has, a shopping cart in, say, a store, grocery store, and it's full, it might get heavy.
That's reasonable to say, yes.
Yeah. But I would assume that it wouldn't be, a couple 100 pounds worth of heavy, correct?
Judge, I'll object. That's speculation as to what people are buying in a shopping cart. In general.
I'll withdraw the question. When Mr. DeFranco was playing these, snippets of videos from different cameras, it looked like there were some time differences, some time gaps. So for instance, went from 4:02:56 to 4:12:55 with a different camera. And I think Mr. DeFranco had asked you if you had tested these cameras to see if they were, keeping an accurate time. You said you didn't think you did.
I don't know if I did. I'm not the one that reviewed all the footage. I reviewed the initial footage that caught the individual coming and going, as well as going to the other dumpster. I didn't watch the entirety of the footage.
Okay. And this is still with the camera going north?
That is correct, yes. The walkway that leads to the center to the right of the screen is northbound.
Now, you said when the person goes to the dumpster to the far north, the one the Huntington Manor dumpster, you said that it looks, from what you could see, and obviously there's not a very good view of what he's doing at that dumpster, correct?
Correct. It's very pixelated when you're zoomed in like that.
You said it looks like something that was in the dumpster gets dropped. You said it would drop. Looks like it drops to the ground.
Looks like something is dropped to the ground, yes.
Okay. Do you know if it was dropped to the ground or if you just laid it on the ground?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. You can't really tell the difference.
No, it just appeared on the video that something was dropped.
Okay. That dumpster in particular, where you said the blood was on, there were like sliding doors to that dumpster, correct?
Yes, it was kind of your standard dumpster with the open tops and sliding sides.
I'm sorry?
It was your standard dumpster that had like the two open tops and the one sliding door on each side.
Okay, all right. And you don't know if whatever was put in that dumpster was put into one of the sliding doors or through the top? You can't see that on the video?
No, you can't tell me.
Okay. Obviously, the dumpster by the shed at Colonial, the person in the video put the bag right from opening the top, correct?
Correct.
Do you know if that particular dumpster had doors on it?
We had sliding doors similar to that one.
Okay. The dumpster at Huntington that, you know, has been introduced already, photographs and exhibits, is that a larger dumpster than the dumpster by the shed at Colonial and the dumpster at the Hampton?
I would say they're fairly similar size.
Okay. Would I be correct in stating that the dumpster where this individual saw him carry out a box and throw some other bags into the dumpster in the parking lot of the Hampton Court Apartments, correct?
Yes.
And this was in the both afternoon of January 2nd and later at night or the early morning hours of January 3rd, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would I be correct in stating that that particular dumpster was searched by officers on the night of January 3rd?
I don't know. I was not there for that response. I wasn't part of this investigation until that Monday morning.
Okay. You weren't a part of it until January 6th or 7th?
Correct. That Monday. It was the Monday after which was initially reported missing.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't the on-call detective.
Okay. So when you said that you were involved later on, I take it that you searched or saw, you told Detective Moran to go search this dumpster in the Huntington Manor Apartments, correct?
Yes.
And based on watching these videos?
Yes.
Okay.
Detective Moran made a location. He was watching.
All right, and then you said you also went and looked at it and saw blood in the dumpster?
Yes.
And that was sometime in the afternoon of January 7th?
I believe it was the day. I believe it was that Tuesday.
I have to pull out a
Yeah,
calendar.
but I would say it's most likely the 7th.
Okay. And that was during daylight hours, correct?
I believe it was afternoon to the evening, but it was still daylight.
Okay. And then you said after that, after you viewed that, what was in that dumpster, you said you also took part in, or at least did a walkthrough of Mr. Booker's apartment?
I stood by while MSP's forensic team finished their processing. It was me and two other detectives stood by while they finished.
Okay, and that was on January 7th?
Yes.
Okay. And was that pursuant to a search warrant that people were in his apartment on January 7th?
Yes.
Okay. Then after that, you said you went to Flint and actually took part in the arrest of Mr. Booker?
He was not arrested that day.
Okay. But you went to this address in Flint, I think it was on Rainbow Lane, is that correct?
That sounds familiar, yes.
Okay. And Mr. Booker was present?
That is correct.
Now, when you went there, were you entering Rainbow Lane pursuant to a search warrant?
Yes.
Okay.
We executed an additional search warrant, yes.
So you had a warrant to search that residence in Flint for both Mr. Booker and any evidence that might be associated with your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's where the photograph of Mr. Booker was taken
Yes.
Where you identified him, and photographs of the jacket, the pants, and the shoes.
Correct.
Okay. And is that basically the extent of your involvement in this particular case?
I assisted with that, and then I was given some additional tasks to follow up with the transfer site in Roseville to get some additional camera footage of the dumpster or the garbage truck that picked up the trash from there, and brought it to the transfer site on Groesbeck. I was given a couple of ticket receipts so they can follow up further with the dump site
All
in
right,
Lennox.
I guess that leads me to that. I take it that you or somebody in your department called the company that owns this particular dumpster that we're looking at to find out where it would be taken to get rid of the trash inside?
Yes, it was not me. It was they confirmed who picked it up and where it was transferred to, and they told me to go to that location and gather video.
To be clear, Your Honor, this is Exhibit 75, People 75.
Thank you.
Okay. So, did you know? And I'm just asking about what your knowledge or found out from any other officer. What the schedule was for that dumpster being taken to a landfill to be emptied?
It was picked up from the apartments to a transfer site, which is in Roseville. There it is, a bunch of trash is dumped from municipalities in the area, and they pack it into semi-trucks, and they take it to the Lennox dump.
Okay. So it first gets emptied somewhere in Roseville?
Yeah, there's a transfer site. I believe it's at Common in Groesbeck. No, I'm sorry. It's just north of Martin, just south of 12 Mile, on the west side near the old Dunkin' Donuts. They have a transfer site. It's a big old warehouse where they dump all the trash, and they push it into a big opening, and then they pack it into these semi-trailers, and then they transfer it up to the dump in Lennox where they disperse it.
Okay. And did you find out whether or not this particular dumpster always comes back to the same location, or does it just...
The truck pulls up, dumps it in their truck, and puts it back down.
Okay. So it's first dumped into a truck, high-low with those big arms
Yes.
coming out, dumps it, puts it back, and then the truck goes to a station in Roseville, empties the contents of the entire garbage truck.
Yes.
And then that's transferred over to a larger freighter type truck that goes to the landfill.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you didn't know the date exactly that this particular dumpster was, I guess, tilted over and...
I just know it was before Monday morning. I don't remember if it was a Friday or Saturday it was picked up. I just know it was before Monday morning.
But somebody in your department knows whether it was the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, right?
I believe it's documented on the...
Okay.
I got the tickets from the actual trash company, dropped it off.
That's fair enough. I just wanted to know if it was you I needed to talk to about that or somebody else. Probably somebody else.
I would say that's safe to say.
Okay, fair enough. Can I have 1 minute, Your Honor?
Yes. Oh, do you want to stop share? Yeah.
while we're waiting for her to get something messed up here, we talked about this Ring doorbell and just the closeness of these apartments to the shopping center in general. Would I be correct? I mean, you've been a Roseville police officer, you said, for now 8 years?
I've been a police officer for over 8 years. I've been with Roseville for over 4.
Oh, Roseville itself for
Yes.
over 4. Okay. Would I be correct in stating that it's not uncommon for people, particularly in those 3 apartment complexes, to kind of borrow shopping carts and move them, you know, around the complex and take things into the complex and dump them back out into the parking lot of the shopping plaza?
Objection, speculation as to what those residents.
Well, I'm asking him as a police officer, if he knows that or has any experience with that.
Oh, that's common. I even asked the lady to have me look at the ring camera if that's normal in her complex. She said yes.
Okay. So I take it there's, you know, a number of people in these complexes that go to the store and get their stuff in a shopping cart, just wheel it out to their apartment and then return it to the parking lot there. There's usually a lot of shopping carts all scattered around, especially the back end of that parking lot.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of the plaza, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. This is the same Ring camera that we were watching previously, correct?
Yes.
And that's from 26085 Pinehurst, is that accurate?
I believe that's the correct address.
Okay. And
I'm sorry, Mr. Lang, this isn't one of our exhibits. This isn't the one we were watching.
no, I know.
I know you just asked, and this is the same one we saw before.
It's the same Ring camera, correct?
That's what he correct. That's
Are you entering this as an exhibit? Is this defense A then?
Yeah, I'll enter it as defense exhibit A.
I'll stipulate to it. I just want to make sure we understand what we're looking at.
But this is the same Ring camera that we were looking at before, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is looking, what, east?
Yes.
And can we see where Mr. Booker's actual apartment is from this?
If I'm allowed to approach, I can show you exactly where it's at. Yes.
Sure.
This is the upstairs. This is where Mr. Booker's apartment is located at. This is the entrance to this apartment complex. It's a foyer through 4 others below.
Okay. And so right to the far right of that picture would be the cameras affixed to his particular apartment building at Hampton, right? That look north and east or downward.
They are affixed to that corner, correct?
Right on the far right?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you didn't know whether this video, this Ring doorbell, when it would be activated or how close people would have to be to this particular location before the camera goes on, correct?
Correct. I don't know the exact how it's set up.
Let me just approach. So obviously this camera's on when people are walking north or south on the sidewalk in the middle of the complex, correct?
If it catches the motion, I would say yes.
If it catches the motion,
Yes.
they are seen. So can you just play this for a second? Go ahead. can stop it right there. So, this is somebody at night pushing a shopping cart through that same exact path that we saw in the previous videos, correct?
Yes.
So, again, not unusual for that to happen in this particular apartment complex, correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. You want that
Mark
introduced
this.
as defendant's exhibit?
Sure.
A?
A.
You said no objection?
No objection, I'll take it, Judge.
And I didn't get the time on that. Where is it now?
Oh, I can. January 3rd, 2025 at 19:40:28, at least where it stopped right now.
1928, so that would be military time?
1940,
Yes.
28.
1940, 28. So 7:48 at night.
Correct, yeah.
Any questions, Mr. DeFranco?
No further questions from this witness, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Detective, you may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take a 5-minute break for our
Sure.
final witness for the day.
10 minutes.
Thank you.
All rise.
Can I see the attorney's?
In chambers or?
No, I think the office. Call the matter. People versus DeAndre Booker.
Carmody Franco Perry, got to for people.
Carrie Stewart on behalf of people, Your Honor.
Robin Lang on behalf of Mr. Booker.
Mr. Lang, during our break, we were going to attempt to speak with your client. Did you do that?
I did, but similar to results as this morning, so I don't believe he's ready to be
Brought in court.
personally present in court today. And
Very well.
I know we talked a little bit at the bench about the time frame that where his video feed might shut off at 4 o'clock, and the length of the witness that I guess is next on the prosecutor's list may be better off in terms of both length of direct examination and cross-examination to maybe just start fresh on the next date.
I prefer to continue at 4 o'clock unless there's an objection.
That's fine.
We can, Your Honor. The next witness would be the officer in charge, Sergeant Esperance, and I don't even believe I would be done with my direct by 4 o'clock, and so that would mean splitting up the direct testimony over the time span of a week and coming back. I just think that it would be better for all of us to start at the very beginning of this testimony rather than having to pick up somewhere in the middle.
There was also discussion that one of the reasons that is it Sergeant now? Lesperance? Sergeant Lesperance who testified today is because you have other witnesses that couldn't make it today. So let me ask not if, but when we start on Friday, would you be starting with those witnesses first?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, in light of that, then, in light of our discussion earlier that what you had planned on doing initially was having him testify last, is that correct?
Correct.
Then I'll grant that request, so that will start on Friday at 8:30. For the sake of anyone that's in court, I was also informed that you believe we will finish next Friday, right? We have the whole day set for just this case.
Absolutely, Judge. If we start at 8:30, even if we have some delays getting, I know the media will be here again, at least I assume they will, starting at 9, we can get the 2 other witnesses done, I think, before lunch for sure, and then have the entire afternoon for Sergeant Lesperance. So I don't see that being any issue at all to finish next Friday.
Thank you. Very well, then we'll break for the day and be back here at 8:30, 1 week from today, which is the 15th of August, at 8:30.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Lang and I haven't discussed this, but I do have all of the exhibits that have been entered so far on a thumb drive. I will ultimately turn that over to the court at the conclusion of testimony. That's what I intended on doing. But if the court wishes in the interim to view any of the videos on a better screen or anything like that,
That would be helpful, because some of those videos, it was difficult to determine what was going on, especially the ones that were taken in the middle of the night or
yes.
when it was dark, and what was being testified to. The individual who was in the video was pretty far away from where the camera was, so it was not that easy to determine exactly what was happening. So yes, I would like to review those.
I have that, so if I can approach, if your clerk has an exhibit sticker, I can just mark it as
Yes.
an exhibit, and then I'll turn it to the court now. Mr. Lang, no objection to that?
No, Your Honor. No.
Thank you.
And this exhibit was.
Yes, that's 82A.
Did you want to take back? And,
I'll take it back. There's also a copy of it on that. If the court
there
wishes.
is, okay, good.
We need to review that. 82 itself is not on there. 82 is the voluminous records that we have. But
Those were from the Google search? Or?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the large stack of paper.
You don't need to hit those.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we'll see everyone back here a week from today. Bond is continued in each case.